been trying to fight the demons in my mind. I'll prevail with every battle if I'm right. Guess my aim was off, the target's out of sight. Would I be better if I left it all behind? 'Cause we could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We can find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a we could find a we could find a way. Just take my hand. We'll leave this place behind. No second chance. I know there's more to find. 'Cause we could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We could find a way. We could find a way, we could find a way. Find another place where we can just escape. We can
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSC Season 20 Prospect Tier Playoffs. I'm your host, Crash, with the wrong profile picture, and I am joined by my co-host, Piedmont. Today, we are going to be covering the game between UPS and NA Nades. Piedmont, I've been looking at some of these numbers. I've been looking at the story for the seasons that both of these teams have had. Go ahead and walk me through this. What are some things that stick out to you?
Yeah, thanks, Amos. Crash. We got an exciting one today for sure. Both of these teams have been grinding it out. A couple things to point out. We got the UPS, the Raging Rigatonis. They're on a hot win streak, 4 wins in a row, and a couple dominant ones at that as well. Whereas Pop Flash, they're coming off of 2 losses, close losses. So pretty even on the record side of things. 6-6 for NAN and 7-5 for the UPS. So both teams came out with similar results to end the season, and here is where they're going to really put it to the test.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot. That is for sure. One thing that immediately sticks out to me is that looking at the NAN page, I mean, you've got 5 maps that you've played all season, and only 2 of them do you not have a 0% win rate. That is going to be huge. Your map pool has to be very deep if you want to make it through a best of 3, and this game is absolutely going to test how much they've been practicing on their individual maps as at the moment. Now, one thing I do also want to point out is that the players, statistically at least, have been a lot more balanced on the NAN side of things. Everybody above a 1.0 rating. However, on the UPS side of things, it's kind of hard to stop guys that have the rating that, guys like Biggs and Mini and Eno have. So It's definitely going to be interesting to see how the individual fights play out, knowing the skill of all of these players. But yeah, just the story that these two teams have had been very, very different. NAN at 6-6 and UPS at 7-5, but UPS making the playoffs off of the hot streak, whereas NAN started really hot but cooled off towards the end. So it's going to be interesting who holds form when the heat turns up.
Yeah, and like you mentioned with that map pool, I mean, that's really going to play a factor here with it being a best of 3. If you've only got 2 maps that you're capable of winning on, let me point one more thing out to you. They've got Inferno and Mirage as their only winning maps, and that's for NAN. Now, if we look at the UPS side, they've banned Mirage 10 out of 12 match days, and I can only assume that the other 2 that they didn't were because their opponent banned it. They do not play Mirage. If I'm
No.
UPS and I'm looking at this, I'm banning Mirage first. I'm not letting them pick it. We're getting that out of the way right away.
And I think that's a smart move. I think that is absolutely a smart move to look at the maps that your opponent seems comfortable on and has seemed comfortable on all season long, and taking those options away from them, getting them onto things that they may not have practiced as much or gone over as much. Is definitely the way to go. Moving on to the rest of the bracket. Obviously, this is just one game in the very, very, very large bracket that makes up the prospect tier playoffs. We've got the round of 16, and we are going to be watching the game between the 8 and 9 seed. Other games that will be taking place tonight are as follows. Looks like we got Crown Cobras and the Fujiwara Toes at the 1st and 16th seed, and then the Journeyman and Rock'em Sock'em for ATO are going to be taking up the 4 and 13 seed game. The FNL and High Rollers game going to be the 5th and 12th. And then you've got Hacker Haven and AVI picking up our 2nd and 15th seed. Our 7th and 10th seed are going to be Red Room and OS. And then bringing up the 3rd and the 14th seed are Pathfinders and Cow. And then last but certainly not least, Gone Fishing at the 6th seed and FRG at the 11th seed. We're going to have a lot, and I mean a lot, of really, really, really good games. Crown Cobras, obviously the favorite to win the whole thing. They're 11-1, 92% win rate, 162 and 121 on rounds this season. I mean, they're pretty good. That's all you can really say. So we're going to see how the rest of the bracket shakes out. We'll be getting you updates on the other games. Going to map bans right now. Pick by UPS is Nuke, and Mirage still in play.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess if you look at it, the Pop Flash, they've got 3 wins on Inferno, 3 wins on Mirage. I would assume, from looking at the bans, I thought UPS would hate Mirage more, but they also have not played Inferno. They haven't played a single Mirage or a single Inferno, so I guess maybe they just feel better pugging on Mirage.
I mean, if I had to pick a map that I'd never played before, I would certainly pick Mirage over Inferno. Mirage is very, very simplistic, and it is very easy to play. Very high skill ceiling, obviously, but the floor is much higher than on a map like Inferno, so I definitely think UPS have made the right decision here. We'll wait to see what the next bans are. Dust 2, Ancient, and Anubis still in the pool.
Yeah, and here's where it gets dicey for the Pop Flash. I mean, Dust 2, they've lost. Ancient, they've lost. Anubis, they haven't played. So it's kind of slim pickings. Looks like they're going to take out Ancient, at least eliminating one that they have not won on. But then here we have also a kind of an interesting spot for NAN, or for UPS, yeah. Goes to Anubis, which they've played 3, they've won 1. So not strong for them, but at least they have some reps on.
Yeah, so we will be going to Nuke first, with the second map being Mirage, and the decider will be Anubis. All 3 of these maps, definitely very, very tactically sound maps. You got to have a great team that knows how to play together to win, especially at this level. So very, very excited to see these maps played. Nuke is up first, and there's been something that has been going around that I find very, very interesting. There are some teams that like to pop the door and some teams that don't like to pop the door. In my opinion, on T side, popping that door is one of the most important things you can do every single round. And that is something that UPS are going to have to start doing early if they want to create that artificial pressure on NAN to weaken that A side hold.
Yeah, you got to condition, because if you think about like, oh, I don't want it open if we're not rushing. I don't want the CTs to be able to walk through it. Well, then it just becomes an obvious giveaway when you do end up popping it. So, if You either got to do it 100% of the time or 0% of the time, because it's just going to be a giveaway if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, as well as that, not just that, the outside smokes are another key part of this. You have to be able to create that possibility, create that pressure, and like you said, condition them to believe that at any moment you could be outside, you could pop through squeaky, you could go down ramp, especially with how much of a funnel that ramp and trophy are. That is just one of the things you have to keep in mind when playing a map like this, especially against opponents like this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, NAN has yet to play Nuke this season. They've played it, actually, no, they have played it a couple of times, 0% win rate on Nuke.
Yeah,
they are going to have to make some serious changes if they want to bring this one out.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, it was a 10-13 affair with some decent performances out of their players. Looks like Natron, he put up 102 ADR on that Nuke game, so that was pretty impressive. It wasn't enough to get him the win, but we can at least rest assured that they have some kind of idea of what they want to bring here. That it's not a complete unknown for them. They hopefully have gone over some of these pitfalls that befell them in their regular season. So I think this could still be close. We've got UPS, it's their pick. They're obviously the favorites coming into this particular map, but it should be competitive if I had to guess.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is going to be a very, very good map, especially between both of these teams. Still getting word on when we're going to be able to get into the server. I believe we've got guys loading in now, so it shouldn't be too much longer, ladies and gentlemen. But that is pretty much going to conclude the pregame show. When we come back, we'll be going to pistol round between UPS and NA Nades on Nuke. So stay tuned. Don't go far. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Counter-Strike Confederation Prospect Tier playoff game between UPS and NA nades. We're going into the pistol round, and things are looking very, very interesting. Eno with smoke and nade. Toast with a flash. This looks like a vent drop. What do you think?
I'm thinking so. There's the door blown open, smoke for Mini, and they're stalling out a little bit, but I think that's the goal.
Yeah, this is it so far. Lord Natron with some of the worst view models I've ever seen takes this fight on Squeaky. He looks like he wants to duck behind this smoke, but he hasn't quite committed to it yet. Toast has made his way all the way in from outside. This is massive. Not going to expect it. Natron goes down. That's a huge play from Toast at this point in the round. And now take on to heaven. Arrow finds Rhymaster. 5 versus 3. And NA nades sent reeling.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, there's that conditioning. I mean, even before they had the chance to condition, it was the door blown open. We thought it was a rush. NA nades thought it was a rush, and then the misdirection through Mini. And now they're dominating.
Yeah. Oh, man. That is so rough. Weesnaw and Dorga get picked apart in lobby. Mini goes down, but it's inconsequential at this point in the round. And Toast with a beautiful shot drops Bamer into the dirt, and they will go into pistol round with nothing.
Yeah, that was masterful from the UPS side. It was when that door blew open, their outside player just fled the scene, went to back up A, and it gave Toast all the room he needed to make that play.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You have to respect that on the CT side. The outside lurk, it can be so deadly, and you see it in action right there. Another thing I want to commend UPS, it's very hard to not accelerate once that door gets popped open. You know you got your guys, especially your entry guys, are chomping at the bit to get in there, anticipating the lobby crunch. Suspicions entirely unfounded, as it seems the outside push is what NA nades have opted for.
Yeah,
so
this
far,
position
nothing comes
for
up.
Natron can yield some good results on a save. Toast may not be ready to check it, especially if he gets an early peek from red here. That could yield an easy kill. But it looks like he has an idea.
Clear Africa. Toast finds the double kill. The rest of them ring in. So now, after it's all said and done, 3 versus 2. This is winnable for NA nades, albeit they would certainly need a lot of help and a lot. Oh, that's the bomb! The bomb is down! I didn't even realize it. Minute left to go.
That's a disaster.
Lord Natron has a chance of winning this round for NA nades. Dorga takes the peek, doesn't even get any damage down. Of a lifetime, can't find it. Mini down to 36, Arrow down to 97. But all in all, UPS rescue the round from potential disaster to go up to 0.
Yeah, that would have had to have been a huge MAC-10 triple kill, but it did get interesting. They were able to at least make it more than a complete stomp against their USPs. You know, that at least they have something to feel good about there. Now we got a buy round from them, so this will be where they really want to put something down.
You're absolutely right, and it looks like they're going to do both of the outside smokes. Toast. He's been throwing these smokes for years now, let me tell you. I remember playing Nuke with this guy back in Season 12, and there was nobody better at it than him, and it seems that's still the case today. However, NA nades have plenty of time to prove me wrong. Dorga down ramp, and already the opening kill rings out. It's Weesnaw taking down Mini and outside. However, that is going to cause the control to be forfeit. Does Toast proceed down secret, or is he going to try and get a faded kill right here? He's going to see it, lines up the shot. Rhymaster goes down. Man advantage equalized, but for how much longer as Eno takes 95 damage, taking that fight on heaven. And as a result, things are going to develop even further. Oh, Bamer's pinned in Mini here. This could be bad.
Yeah, they've got... The T side doesn't have a lot of control outside of this lurk, but the CTs are really wary of it. I don't know if they're wary enough, but the other Ts are really hinging on this lurk.
Oh, and Eno lucky to get away right there. Dorga and Toast. No way.
Oh
my God. Toast finds one. He knows that there's another. It's Dorga. Tucks into the corner, expecting the hell swing. Toast can't find it down. Dorga's got a double. And that might keep his team in the round. Arrow trying to get away from this Hellfire. Biggs saves his life. He swung out like a fullback. Oh my goodness, the bait and switch, and Bamer is left all alone. However, he's made the correct read. They are going to commit to B. Smoke on single, Biggs going on blue box. Arrow plants 90. So now it all comes down to this. 1 versus 2. They're both low. and one's got a Galil. This is winnable for Bamer. Has an HE.
Yeah, it's a tough crossfire to break, but with low HP, he might be able to make it happen.
Yep, they hear the glass fight. He's going to jump in and Dork and won't even find it. Arrow finds him before he can set his feet. And that is going to make it 3-0.
Crash, let me tell you something. I think Arrow just won the Olympic gold medal for the triple long jump. Did you see how he was getting away from those bullets? He just kept jumping out of the angle and let his teammate take the fight and take down that CT. That was crazy.
That was incredible. I literally didn't even know what to say because I genuinely just thought he was going to die. And Biggs comes in at the last moment like Superman to save him from an inevitable death. Man, he better buy him a P250 Sand Dune after that. I know I would. Minute 40, stuck on an eco again is NAN. This time they elect to go with their lobby crunch. This has been read perfectly. Arrow pulls rear security while they proceed down secret. They know that the vent rotate is very much possible at this point, so they're going to be very slowly pulling down. Engagement on T-Roof. Rhymaster not able to catch him off guard. Eno takes down Weesnaw elsewhere.
Yeah, they're playing around this perfectly.
Yeah,
they got the intro, they got down secret, all the fights are going their way.
Yeah, I mean, they're also just playing smart, right? Taking the longer angles with the rifles. Baker's on the P250. He can't quite secure the rifle. Arrow Dorga tries to get himself a decent fight. Mini is there. And, yeah, that was another thing I was going to talk about. Them electing to go back outside. Longer angles against shotguns, SMGs is always going to be in your favor when you've got full rifles like that. That was a great mid-round right there. And that is going to put them up to 4.
Yeah, and even on those lesser weapons, I don't know if you caught the health of the T side at the end there. The CTs did a ton of damage to every single player, but they weren't actually able to finish those kills, and it ended up being 4 alive. So the T's bank is just going to continue to grow, which is so important here on the T side of Nuke.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, we were talking about the other day when we were talking about the future maps that they were going to play in the premier game. Bamer!
What a pick.
That is a beautiful shot. Eno left into the dirt, out of the round, and now with a minute and a half, things have changed significantly.
And I'll tell you, I'm looking at the money for the CTs and this advantage. They want to convert this. They need to convert this if they want to get anything going in this first half. Really, I want them to play this, and they're doing perfectly. They're not getting too antsy. They pivoted the op into heaven, not keeping it in big garage, and now the T's are kind of stalled out. They don't know what to do with the disadvantage right now, so it's going to be a really prime position for NAN right now.
Yeah, I mean, especially look at the CT utility as well. They have so little utility this late in the round. They can just throw those 2 nades onto the A site, but other than that, they've only got 2 flashes and a smoke with 49 seconds. They're not going to be able to play long enough. They try blind, dropped without a second thought. Arrow's going to take him down. It's Rhymaster with the first kill. Rhymaster with a second. That might keep his team in at 3 versus 2 as the bomb does go down. Escaping into Hut is Mini. There's some irony there as Arrow goes into Mini, not to be confused with a player. Or excuse me, he's going to go AZN. Quarter of the time off the bomb. NAN's got to get moving, but they're scared. Problems. Dorga's not ready. And it shows immensely. Bamer's going to take down Arrow. Mini in a 1v2. 67 HP. In every move. Tries to take the fight, but he will not get there. Weesnaw rips his head from his shoulders, and that is going to give NAN the first round.
Yeah, he got a little hairy there, but all in all, I think the CTs did as well as they could to defend that with the little utility, like you pointed out. I mean, just the T's had so much left over for that late execute, it's hard to do anything about it. But considering they got put in a 3v2 and then came out of it with 2 alive, you can't be mad at that, and hopefully they can build on it.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need it because, again, look at their money. Now that their loss bonus is going back down, they lose this round, they're going to be on pistols and SMGs again, right? So, and that is something that you definitely want to avoid. You got to stack up these rounds, especially knowing how CT-sided this map is. The pressure's definitely there more than it is on other maps. Natron finds 2 coming out of the smoke. Eno answers back, but it feels like it's not really a fair trade, and as I said that, he finds another. It's Natron and Bamer both finding kills in response to leave Biggs all alone with a lot of time on the clock. Problem is, bomb's down on site. He is going to need some serious luck here.
And the scary thing about the 4-0 start for UPS is if Big saves this rifle, look at all that money on Arrow. They could even come back fairly strong into this next round. So even 2 in a row isn't quite enough to break the money for NAN onto UPS. But now that Big goes down, I think they still might invest into this. So it's nothing's coming easy for NAN. They got to work for this, and they got to work to break this economy.
Not only do they have to work to break this economy, they're going to have to work to build their own. Still losing 2 rifles. Rymaster and Wiesnaw still going to be left on very low money going into the next round. It's not entirely disastrous if they lose the next one, but I mean, it's hard to tell. Math is very difficult, especially for someone of my career field. Minute 49 left to go, and yeah, we're gonna see the opening rollouts here. Bamer's gonna like to take the off ramp here. I don't hate this decision. I think the ramps are the most impactful places that you can play. Problem is, he needs to double up. If you're gonna put a ramp, or if you're gonna put an off on ramp, you gotta play it by yourself. You gotta have a guy you're confident in holding down that side of the map. Speaking of holding down that side of the map, they're gonna walk right by.
There it
no,
is.
they don't. Mini's gonna find it. He's got great game sense. Roots out the Rymaster bot, and Bamer's gonna find Toast on ramp, but they are gonna accelerate onto the B site. The only man that can't stop them is Bamer. He's gonna put on ramp, and now it's Dorka running down ramp. Valentino in control, finds his second with the AK. Arrow's gonna be there, takes him down as a result. Bomb will go down, so the economy will be preserved.
No, he blows up.
Oh my goodness! He drops him with the HE. More grenades to boot. This time they will not get it down, so the bomb not able to get planted thanks to some great HE usage. I'm not sure who threw it, but whoever did, it certainly saved them a lot of money.
Yeah, it might have been Tom Brady. That was a really clutch pass. Clutch touchdown throw. Yeah, honestly, I think UPS, they had something going there. I mean, the early pick and the early outside presence and control, but it was a really good job by NAN to not let that get out of control.
Yeah, I mean, they played that about as perfectly as they could have, right? Getting one kill, falling back down, having your guy go down ramp to, you know, counter that acceleration, and Toast already taking Bamer out of the round. That is massive economic damage, and now he finds the second as well.
No way!
Takes the third! Toast! An unbelievable play! Shatters the resolve of NAN, and now he's moving into hell. He wants more. He's ready for blood. Skulls for the skull throne, he says. Give me the bodies. Destruction for the sake of destruction.
He's got ace on his mind. You can see it.
Yes, he does. He is ready now. Some weird movements. 360. Not really sure what he wants to do. Arrow's going to find Lord Natron. Takes the ace. And now Wiesnaw is just going to elect to back out and save. That is a beautiful round. We were just talking about NAN potentially building some momentum on the CT side, and Toast snatches it out of the air and beats it to a pulp.
Yeah, I think they're still trying to figure out what happened. That was so fast. He did not have a care in the world. Just full wide swing ego peek, all 3 fights, and he landed all 3 shots. I mean, that's some shooting with confidence, and that's some trusting your gut and making a big play.
I mean, he still has a full belt, too. Didn't even flash him in.
He didn't throw anything. Yeah, he just said, I got a one-shot kill gun. Watch this.
Oh my God. I mean, wow. Like, it's weird because he only took 21 damage that round, too. Takes 3 fights against 3 rifles with the AWP as the aggressor and only takes 21 damage.
Yeah, that's dominating.
We'll see the opening.
Okay, now they're going to try to throw the off into outside.
That is an interesting play. It's like a simple fake flash, but he just doesn't get it back. And big name, Bamer, look at that. 3 damage. They're using the util again. Toast finds Rymaster, and he is looking for more. That nade, inconsequential, down to 84 HP. Sees one, jumping garage! Nearly takes it. I saw the kill feed for a second, and I thought he had it. But not quite able to get the nade on the smoke. Sees it, takes the shot. Bamer dead again. That's twice now he's lost the opening duel. 5v3 with the Wiesnaw answers back. And now swinging for Squeaky. No's got a double. UPS,
wow.
Get off me, they say to the NAN players, and Dorka left all alone. Once again, forced into a save, and that is not going to look good economically for them.
Yeah, they smash their boot down onto the accelerator and Nan's throat somehow at the same time. They are just bloodthirsty right now. And Toast, 2 incredible kills again. He took a lot more damage in the course of those 2, though, which allowed him to go down. But then you saw the instant trade. It was like, it didn't even matter if he died. They were already in such a advantaged position. It was like, you know, even him pulling the crosshair of the mini player to outside, that made it a 180-degree flick to get the trade onto anybody running out A. So just incredible impact again, even dying.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you say? It's like we were saying at the start of the game, pulling that mini player to focus their attention outside makes the A site hold so incredibly weak, and you see it right there. Eno had a free kill lined up on his plate just because Toast was outside. Him killing 2 guys definitely helps. Believe me, it does. And NAN are going to take a tack pause. They are reeling right now. They go back into their corner, and they have got a lot to think about.
Yeah, he didn't get the ace in the first round, so he said, let me finish it up in the second. 5 kills over 2 rounds, and Toast has broken this wide open for the T side.
Yeah, I mean, he's up to 11 kills in 9 rounds. That's a very, very, very hot start to the game. 1.6 KD to start us off. And I haven't seen him throw a single grenade. So, you know, very, very different Toast than the one that we saw during the season. I wonder if he's been saving this for this exact moment.
Yeah, he's ready to power up. This is where it matters.
It absolutely does matter right here, right now. If you ever wanted to have a big game, it is when the lights are brightest. It's only the round of 16, but still, there are teams that cannot say they got this far, and it will be one of the teams in the server tonight. Wisna pushing Secret aggressively. They have not seen NAN do this yet, so he has a chance to definitely catch one off guard. Lord Natron with the MP9 up on top hut. Great place for it. They're expecting a secret play. They've already got 3 players downstairs and expecting another lobby crunch is UPS. They've done so well of keeping track of NAN's money. They know when they're on rifles and they know when they're on pistols. And with a minute 8 left to go.
If they lurk this smoke, that could be 2 CTs looking at them, but the better weapons in the hands of the Ts. If they go down secret, there's 2 CTs there as well. So kind of a dangerous spot for the Ts. They got to win some aim duels here.
Yes, they do, and it being so close and unexpected, a lot of off angles. The Deagles are definitely something to be feared. Dorga is pushing ramp late. He is going to walk right into the crosshair of Biggs, and Eno will go down. Biggs taking another fight. He is not going to expect Dorga to be pushing, but he finds it. That is a disgusting flick from Biggs, and Dorga, one of the only rifles that they went into this round with, on the floor with no resistance. So now 4v4, and they're pressing outside.
Yeah, and Rymaster did recover an AK, no armor though. If he could get that to an armored player, that could be a pretty dangerous factor. But that might be a tall order as the play is coming to A right now.
Yes, it is. Baker stuck in Tetris. And now he goes down. Wisna, Lord Natron, Rymaster left with the AK. And I think he is just going to play for an exit. Problem is, 56 HP. He's got to get away from the bomb. Nade into vent. He knows they're considering this position. But with that being said, UPS are going to be up to 7 rounds on the T side half of Nuke.
Yeah, we can see why they picked it. They're looking competent and confident, and NAN is trying to, when they built those 3, they were putting some good rounds together, but it almost seems like UPS said, okay, we see that, we adapt to that, now let's show you, what we can do next, and they just put the pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal is a great way to describe it. No mercy, no hesitation, just full out domination to start this game.
Yeah, after 10 rounds, they have 2 players on double-digit frags, so they're definitely winning in the fragging department.
Oh, 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, right, and I think that this is something that does get overlooked a lot, Counter-Strike is a game about shooting people. So, if you do a good job at shooting the other guy, chances are you're going to have a pretty decent game. Dog is living proof of that. And we'll see. The smoke on ramp, again, NAN haven't really done this before, so we'll see how UPS responds to this extra pressure with that deep smoke. So far, so good. I don't think they've popped the door yet. We'll see if they decide to do so.
Yeah, Yeah, slow start. PS feeling it out. NAN trying to figure it out. We got 2 in mini, 1 big garage, and the Eno Lurk is trying to.
Oh, wow, Toast finds Dorga. Once again, that op ringing out. Ramp is open, and Toast is ready for the re-aggression. Bomb already leaning that way. It looks like they're just going to try and make it down. Bomb is loud, but nobody is in position to hear it. Now the walk begins. And it's Toast. He finds it. Rymaster goes down. 3 kills in the round for Toast to put him up to 14.
Back. I don't know what happened there. I had to reconnect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay, perfect.
Just stick around. I mean, let's be honest with you. It's just kind of cool.
I think
UPS.
I couldn't hear anything, so I missed it. But I can imagine I saw Toast get the opener, and that was sick enough. I kind of knew what was going to happen after that. When he gets an opener, there's usually one result.
Yep, there's only one result. Now jiggling outside. Eno goes down. Bamer, the other opper, finally showing some impact. At 10 and 8 so far, he's not having a bad game, but they just haven't been able to string these rounds together on this CT side.
Yeah, I was going to point out, I hadn't seen a lot of CT op from the NAN side. I don't know if that's a function of the money or probably primarily is because of their money, but you know, I was wondering when they were going to break it out, and it's already paid off for them that they did.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way of looking at it. We'll see what NAN can do with it. Toast is in trouble. I don't think he's going to expect Bamer on. His angle swings out. Neither of them find the shot. Instead, now Bamer drops. Toast starts to flash, fully blind. Neither of them find the shot again. They both miss again. It's like watching 2 guys throw swings at one another, and they just can't seem to connect anything.
Real pitcher's duel of opping.
And again they miss. This time Toast gets lagged, and this time Bamer finishes the job. Drops him. The hot hand for UPS out of this round. Rymaster will take down Arrow. And that is looking like that will be it. Biggs and Mini left to try and pick up the pieces. But not a lot of options on their plate. Bomb on the back of Mini. Moves to clear the bomb site. Now we'll start the plant. This has been heard, so now they're going to move downstairs. Rymaster trying to get there quick. Will find the kill.
Wow.
And now it's Biggs to try and stop the defuse. He's sprinting down Secret as fast as he can, but he's got to get through Rymaster. He's got to get through the entirety of NAN. He's going to stick it. Will he find the time? He's going to take several fights at once, and Dorga will drop him. They'll stick the defuse, and we will go to an 8-4 half.
Yeah, that was nearly impossible. I mean, they did find the empty B bomb site, and I think if the player that had planted, if he had found the kill in that duel, maybe something could have happened. But him going down and Biggs out of position, that was pretty much a sealed deal for NAN. And they're going to be a lot happier with this 8-4 than they would have been with a 9-3. I mean, that would have been really rough if they didn't get this last one.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% correct. They absolutely needed that. Because, you know, obviously counting on yourself winning the pistol is, you know, something that just we all do, especially on the T side, right? You win the pistol, you win the bonus. Now it's 8-6. The gap is only 2. This is much more manageable than 9-5, right? There's much more manageable than a 4-round gap, especially on the T side of Nuke. NAN, an uphill battle awaits them. How do they respond to this adversity? They exited the season cool as a cucumber. Definitely not in the same form they had at the start. Potentially, they just got figured out by the other teams, or there could be internal issues. A million reasons could be why they cooled down. Beastno finding the opening pick. That's a great start. Natron finds Eno as well. So now 5v3 as Rymaster goes up vent. They're going to pivot right here. No, they're not. Toast will take down Dorga. Make it a 3v4.
Oh my God.
And now Toast finds 2 more. Rymaster answers back, but it's going to be too late Biggs drops him with the dualies. And now it's Weesnaw all alone, and Arrow rips his head off. Keeps his team in the round. I'm so sad we didn't see it, but that is going to put UPS on 9, and we are dangerously close to seeing them hit double digits.
Yeah, and I mean, is Toast just trying to find ways to outdo himself round after round? I mean, we got 2 huge impact plays from him in the first half, and then he says, oh, okay, this round's pretty important. Let me just get a 3K.
17-9. 17-9 in 13 rounds. This man has gone absolutely nuclear to start this game, and now the vent drop comes in. They are going to make it down. It's Dorgo who will start the plants. And now Toast down ramp fast. Arrow's going to find Natron. Elton down. Rymaster takes him down, and Weesnaw rips the head off of Toast from control. And now UPS is left with a decision.
Yeah, 3v3. Low HP on the T's. They might not know that. No armor. They should know that. I mean, I feel like you got to go for it. You got to lead. You got full HP onto your players. But NAN has successfully got themselves into a at least a somewhat position here.
Oh my goodness, that nade on the Weesnaw was disgusting. Dorga takes down Eno. So now 2v2. They have to win this round. Bonus sometimes is even more important than the
time.
Is he gonna have the time? Cross your fingers and toes. He's got it.
Oh,
no, he doesn't.
No, it blows up.
Oh my goodness, the HUD. I misread it. Mini and Biggs both go down to bomb, so everybody dies. And look at UPS's money. NAN,
yeah,
pull it back from impossible odds to give themselves number 5, jump-starting their economy, and UPS now on the back foot for what feels like the first time tonight.
Yeah, let me tell you, that was highway robbery. And one thing I noticed was that UPS, they were a little slow on the rotate. They were a little bit worried about a lurk, which it's always good to be thinking about, but I don't even know if any of them had a kit, did they?
I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure. I know Mini's got one this round. Taking some damage. Biggs, the lobby punch comes through. They're all falling down. Rymaster will take down Mini, and the bomb is coming right here. This is bold. Dorga on the AWP this early. This will prove disastrous. Rymaster takes down Toast, and now the no-scope from Dorga to make it 1v1. It all comes down to this, and Biggs comes through for his team. A great round, and UPS do it again and again and again. Seemingly incapable of loss here tonight on Nuke.
Well, you know what they say, there's no honor among thieves. UPS said, we see your highway robbery and we'll up it to a bank robbery, because they just said, we're not going to accept that loss. We're going to get back into the winning seat. We're going to get back in the driver's seat. And they just executed the perfect play, took down the bomb, and then it was all scrambled from there.
I mean, he slid through that lobby like Michael Jackson. That was incredible. Minute 40 left to go, and Biggs keeping UPS's economy alive. Weesnaw left with naught but a scout, and now Toast finds another opener. Again and again he does it. Dorga finds Arrow. The bomb will go down as a result. No, it won't. Dorga goes down. Starting to play. It hasn't quite made it to the site. Now Bamer picks it up, finds a kill as well. 3 versus 2 now. Kill from Mini, stops the plant, and Mini again from Mini position will take down Weesnaw, and that will put Upsetting Spaghetti on 11.
Yeah, it got a little scary, but ultimately they didn't have enough control to actually get that bomb plant. They had a player Heaven and a player Mini, nowhere to plant. Or an enemy Heaven and an enemy in Mini. So
yeah, that's confusing. That's so confusing.
Yeah. So yeah, now UPS is looking to get on to match point, and you can look at the T's. They're trying to figure out. Actually, a pause coming through from UPS. Interestingly enough, the T's are the ones that have a decision to make. UPS maybe just trying to let the gravity of the situation sink in for NAN, but it's looking dire.
It certainly is. However, one thing I will point out, if you are a NAN fan, look at the loss bonus for UPS and look at the money they've got left over. If NAN manages to pull another miracle out like they did to get their 5th, UPS will be completely broken. And that is definitely something that they need to have happen. This is a must-win round for them. Granted, every round is must-win, right? Let's not fool each other. But at this point in the game, if they can do it, that is their only chance to not see overtime, at the very least.
Yeah, and they should be feeling like they should be feeling like it's possible. After all, they did win round 2. Now a lot more rifles here than there were in round 2, but they hopefully can get the same success. Not that way though.
Toast. He's got the whole team lined up in front of him. Legs Paver down to 16. Now falls back to Red Boxer. Tears them apart. Double kill. And now Toast pushes off of that. Knows there's just one left. Smoke fades. He's heard the scope. Trying to find the kill. He does, but he will not find the second. Arrow is there. And he'll trade out Toast. And that will put UPS on 12. A handy beating out in the yard. Like we're back in prison. And NAN certainly feels like they're in prison because it just does not stop.
Yeah, and now it's going to be really tough looking for a way back in. You got to be absolutely perfect. It's going to take 2 or 3 in a row to even break this money. Maybe 2 in a row, but it's not going to be easy. You know, they got to stay tough and they got to put their fight up. But at the end of the day, it's also UPS's map pick, and I think we pointed out NAN has only played this once. It was a loss, but it's not looking good.
It is certainly not looking good. However, I am a big believer in miracles. And I think that NAN, with enough pixie dust, could certainly pull it off. They'll definitely need Dreamcatcher level plays. That's not a great start. Mini finds Weesnaw outside. Bomb still down in T-spawn. An aggressive lobby push can undo this whole round. Bamer finds Eno, but Toast answers back. 3 versus 4. As they go to collect the bomb, Rymaster takes down Arrow. Equalizes man advantage with just over a minute left to go.
Yeah, it's going back and forth here. They are going to get the plant on A. 3v2 now.
Yep. They've got it all to do. 2v3. As they'll find another kill. Biggs pressing through lobby. A war on 3 fronts. Can they get it done? Bamer swings out, drops Mini. No answer for the CTs. That is huge. Rymaster. Bamer's trying to trade. Can't quite get it. Starts to spam. Has to start to reload. They turn the sound. The HE wants to do it. No, he doesn't.
Wow.
An unbelievable play. Still dangling from the edge of the cliff. Fighting with one arm behind his back. Keeps NAN's hopes and dreams alive.
Yeah, you can tell he's not giving up yet. That was masterful. He sees the nade come in from Mini, and he immediately swings, knowing that the AWP isn't going to be ready. He might not have even known it was an AWP, but whatever gun that player had, he knew it was still coming back up from that nade throw. Gets a free kill, and then finishes off the low HP from his earlier spray. I mean, you could not have played that better.
He literally did everything right to get NAN one step closer to overtime, one step closer to getting back in this game. Rymaster drops Arrow, and look at the money for UPS. They have to eco here, and that could potentially spell another round lost for them. Biggs answers back. Takes down Rymaster, who's been so good in those opening duels all night long. And now maybe dropping down. Ven tries to find a kill. Lord Natron, a double spray with the Galil. Disadvantaged in the round, but not in practice. Drops them without a second thought. No hesitation. Feeling nothing but recoil. And now the 4v2 is underway. The save out of UPS will spell 7 rounds for NAN.
Yeah, they executed that one a lot better than the last lobby crunch from UPS, because UPS actually did successfully get in the lobby with a kill, but the key difference was they didn't end up with control of the bomb. So NAN was still able to pivot down, get the plant, 4v2, done deal. So a lot better control of the bomb from the T side here, and UPS wasn't able to steal another one and steal the game if they would have.
Yep, we'll have to see. Long angle with an MP9, not on your life. Weesnaw takes his head off. And that is going to bring us into round 20 with a score 12-7. Now, not all the way on a full buy, but definitely close to it is UPS. This round could very well be the end of the miracle. But it is just as likely if the individual performances keep up, if the individual moments decide that this is the player that they want to be, that could change everything.
Yeah, both teams have a medium amount of util here. Actually, NAN does fill up. UPS is missing a belt on Mini, so we'll see if that comes into play on not having the ability to control the map with that. But they're opting for 5 rifles, and they're trying to just win it on aim.
Yes, they are. And look at this. Mini pushed up red. Here's one jumping around. Toast from Secret. They haven't seen him there all night long, and he drops the thought. The re-aggression. Toast finds the double kill. Weasel answers back, drops Mini from the hidden spot. And now damage put down onto the player's ramp. It was going to be a B-split, but Toast tears them apart. Stalls them. And Biggs trying to buy as much time as he can. Finds the first kill with a USPL. Pistol in hand. Arrow saves his life, but Rymaster will take down Biggs. And now Weeswap finds Toast to make it the 1 versus 2. 27 HP against 2 full health players. This one not looking likely. But Weeswap says, don't tell me the odds. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. Don't put me in a box. I play for NA Nades. I'm the best player on this server right here, right now, going into hell. Will he go up the ladder or will he go down ramp? 38 seconds left on the clock. Bomb on his back.
Crucial fight, CT Vent here. All he needs is 2 bullets to win this round, but is he going to check the right direction? No.
Eno is there, and UPS are going to take Nuke 13-7. It looked dicey for a second there, but UPS come out on top. No thanks to the 24-9 or the 15-9 game from Toast. What an absolutely incredible performance from him to put UPS up 1-0 in this series.
Yeah, what Toast did on that map really cannot be understated. We have to highlight him. I can think of 3 rounds where he single-handedly just gave them a round win. Just, hey, add 1 to the scoreboard courtesy of Toast. That's what that felt like 3 times at least. So, you know, without that, it could have been a lot closer. If you change that score by 3, it's tied up 10-10.
And, you know, it's really, really interesting that we talk about Toast. He's been trying his whole career to beat NAN in the playoffs and has not been able to pull it off, right? There's definitely a little bit of rivalry there too, because that is the team that his brother does management work for and has played for in the past. So he's definitely feeling it tonight. He's definitely saying, tonight is my night. Tonight is the night where I make history, where I get the monkey off of my back, and you can feel it in the way that he is playing. I highly believe that we're going to see something exactly like this on map 2. But with that being said, don't go anywhere. Map 2 will be Mirage, and that should be very, very interesting. So don't go anywhere. Stay put. We will be back in just a moment with a pistol round.
I swore I'd block your number for good, but here you are texting me you up. I know exactly where this is, on your side of the bed at 3 a.m. I tell myself don't fall this time, but you say my name and I lose my mind. You're a bad idea again. Your friends all think I'm over this face. Mine keep telling me to walk away, but we both know how the night goes. We talk a little, then lose control. Tell myself I'm stronger now, but you smile once and it all falls down. actually quit. But tonight I'm not over it. You say come closer and I give in. Yeah, here we go again. You're a bad idea again. But I always let you back in. Every time I say I'm done, I'm lying. You walk in the room and I stop trying. You're a bad idea again. But here I am at your door at 10. Guess I never learned my lesson. You're a bad idea again. Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow, moving with the motion, following the light that sets me
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSC Season 20 Prospect Tier Playoffs. I'm your host, Crash, joined with my co-host, Piamont. And today, we are going to be taking a look at map number 2. It is NAN versus UPS. UPS off to a hot start, winning Nuke 13-7. We'll see if they can replicate that same success on Mirage, or if NAN wants to take us to map 3.
Yeah, man, let me tell you, I love Mirage. There's just so much dynamism. Here we got a fast B pass. Please.
Oh my
A little
goodness,
bit
the
of
kill
impact.
rang out. Biggs finds one, not two. Now Toast on the fast rotate. He's got to wait for his team to get in position. Finds one, a great tap. Eno takes down Weestar on the cross as well. Now they find out. They know he's get right. They know he's diving back towards site. He's got 3 to kill and 2 pistols to do it. Can he get it done? No, he won't. Mini is there with the B2K. And what a way to start this game. UPS drop them all. And they'll defuse the bomb with enough time to boot.
They're coming out swinging, both teams. I mean, that was a aggressive play. It actually ended up being 3v3 for that post plant. It was just the 2 quick kills that the CTs got from their rotators that made that look so easy. Could have gone either way from that 3v3 though. So not a complete flop from NAN. They just weren't able to execute that post plant.
Yeah, it definitely leaves a lot to be desired in the retake department, but again, it's only pistol round. That's one of the most important things to keep in mind with Counter-Strike, right? It's a game of rounds. You lose one round, you can't dwell on it. You can't think about it for too long. Otherwise, it's going to drill into your mental the whole time. And Weesnar with the scout on the bonus. Both teams forcing. So this round, very, very critical. Both teams got to win it. Toast goes down. Wow. Tried to jump underpass. Rymaster was ready and waiting. Take him down.
If you're going to pick one early, that's the scalp you want to get.
100%. And now the A exec comes out. It's Mini all alone on triple. He's got 20 bullets. Some would argue it's not enough. But with 5 guys rushing, finds the first, won't find the second. Weestar picks down Eno, and Bamer's going to find one, as well as Rymaster getting his second kill in the round. Oh, Biggs M4. A4.
Oh my gosh.
Rymaster. What an incredible round from him. And he will put NAN's economy back into the green, and UPS left with nearly nothing.
Yeah, NAN is living that thug life. They're staying in their criminal ways of stealing these second rounds. They did it second half of Nuke, now continuing first half of Mirage. They're saying, screw the pistol, we'd rather win the second. And a lot of people say that's the way to do it if you can manage.
Yeah, and especially it's another thing to keep in mind as well. 75% win rate on this map coming into this season. Every time they played it, 3 out of 4 times they won it. Arrow was expecting someone to jump up there fast, but instead, nobody does. They're going to stack B here. And so far, it's the correct read. Dorga slow clearing. The contact B. Not a lot of options from this point forward. Now the utility comes out. They jump in the stack. Biggs finds the first. Not the second. But now Biggs gets the double. Weesnar and Lord Natron. Now it's going to be all on the pistols to try and make it happen. It's Lord Natron finds his second, but Arrow will take down Weesnar. Now he's got the rifle. Oh, no. Disaster. Biggs with the volley out. It'll do a little bit of consolation damage, and it'll put some fear in NAN for just a moment, but they will take the lead off that 2-1.
Yeah, they only had 1 P250, so just a total of a $300 investment. They got 3 kills. That's actually pretty impressive out of UPS. That puts some money in their bank. That's an extra $150 to each player. That's some extra nades and some extra money to go later into this half. So not a bad save, to be honest.
No, definitely not a bad save at all. Getting 3 kills and, potentially winning the round. It's unfortunate that they get the bomb plant, but, I mean, with just pistols, there's not really to expect. Toast again, underpass aggression. Weesnar ready this time. They've been watching film. They know he likes to do that. Eno's going to drop Lord Natron elsewhere, and oh my goodness, the timing. Oh, no. Arrow looks away at just the wrong moment, and now he's going to expose himself again. Are they going to see him? They will. Arrow goes down. It's Dorg on the AWP. So now 4 versus 3. With Eno down to 73 HP. Biggs taking early at positioning. Mini on default. Are they going to go short to B? Bomb looks like it's leaning that way. If they do, they'll have to deal with Mini. This is such a difficult angle to clear from. Dorga into ladder. Waiting for the mid-room aggression. The one has already made it through. It is Eno with the AK. They're setting up perfectly to counter this mid to B play. They still have decent connector positioning and know that there's at least one on A. But instead, they're just going to elect to wait and see.
Yeah, Dorga probably feels like he's just seconds away from a free kill, but he doesn't know that that player already got past him. So now they're going to have to piece this together the hard way. They're going to have to find the gap may be difficult. Eno's aware, and the ticket player's playing passive, so they're not, you know, UPS is not giving away any free info. It's going to have to come for blood.
Here comes the bomb. Cross. He's going to nearly drop it, but instead he's just going to delay it. 19 seconds. If Mini stops the plant, this round is over. And now it comes in.
Oh, not safe enough.
Get it! Nearly gets it! But unfortunately, they will get the plant down. However, it is going to cost Weedsnaw 90 of his HP. Rymaster on 31. Biggs not going to get any free kills. I think that's exactly what they're waiting for. They're going to try and play exits. They know one CT. And it's Weedsnaw on the angle. Stuck default. Will go down. Less than 10 damage was all he needed. And so now it's Rymaster on Firebox. And that'll give Bamer a chance from Sandwich. Finds the kill. Mini never stood a chance. And now it's Biggs to run away with the AWP. They're going to hear the retreats. And he will now be waiting in connector.
He doesn't want to lose that. I wonder if Bamer's going to have enough time to get to him.
It looks like he's going to go too wide. Yeah. So with that being said, NAN are going to go up 3-1, and UPS have to manage their money once again.
Yeah, you know Mini was so frustrated. He knew he hit that player maybe even 10 times through the box, but it was an MP9, so not a lot of penetration. And he did end up finishing off Weedsnaw, but by then the bomb was already half gone, and they couldn't get into that retake.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, sometimes it just works out that way, right? It wasn't necessarily UPS's fault, but with the bomb getting across, that was the biggest moment right there, and he's ready and waiting. Rymaster again shuts down Toast. That's the third time so far in this game.
They've got his number, and you can see from the scoreboard that it's paying off. They're off to an early lead rather than the opposite. Yeah, that's a crazy kill.
Oh my goodness, Mini with a P2K. You know he's there. Torka will drop it. Weedsnaw finds a double.
Whoa!
Biggs! What in the world? Picks him out of the air! I have never seen that. Now he swings out mid. They pinched him in with the Rymaster finds the body shot. And it was looking scary for just a moment. But they do reel it back in. And NAN are going to be up to 4 on the T side.
Yeah, we're seeing flashes of that nuke aim out of the UPS players, but Toast hasn't been able to find the same success, and the team's suffering for it.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Toast, once again on the AWP. He is going to be 1-4 to start tonight's game. But things could potentially improve right here. Natron crossing. Now swings out top mid. They both miss the shots. Inspects it. Trying to show off his stickers, but didn't show off for long enough. Couldn't quite see what they were. Torga trying to find a kill on connector, nothing doing. So now at 35, things slow down.
Yeah, I think this is the first time Toast has survived 20 seconds. Maybe that's the difference maker.
We'll have to see. Still 5v5, but NAN with full mid control now. Arrow still has this chair angle instead elects to fall off. Now it just goes back to the B site, expecting the apps play. There is nobody even there. So now they're going to boost up into window nice and quiet. That smoke and allow him to get in. That's, oh, they did miss it.
Yeah, that
and
would
the scope has been heard.
For sure for Toast. Yeah, information both ways, actually.
Oh, Eno's going to swing here. Small. They're going to see him cross down to 86. I think Bamer's thinking that he's hitting a lot more. He has, tries to get away. Ninth out, not enough. Rymaster is there. Lord Natron takes down Mini. The A site has fallen. Toast now paranoid of the jump and push, rightfully so. That nade does some serious damage. And he will get taken down from behind. It's Rymaster again. Coming alive.
He's going to
the series. He's up to 9 kills in 6 rounds. And Arrow left to just hide on Magics. And that is going to be a quarter of the time off the bomb. NAN all set for 5.
He could get a 5K spray down here because they are the pasta team. And now there's some pasta sauce.
It's true.
So he might have a little bit more power than Magic's.
I already see one going Palace, so I don't think it's likely. But he might get Rymaster. And he does. Rymaster.
He took out the sauce, too.
Good Lord. Man, you can see he put some on the wall there, too. That's what that is, if anybody's wondering. Find the AK.
Troubles.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, not a terrible save, but, you know, still not. Wait a second! Oh! He will find Famer, nearly goes down. But UPS, with their one round, will hang on to the only thing they have left to their name after that crushing round loss.
Yeah, I wanted to point out that was pretty masterful from the T's. They kind of procedurally took map control, and UPS wasn't able to find enough information to put their pieces in the right spot. And so the second that the T's got that first kill, they just collapsed on A, and everything fell apart for UPS.
Yeah, losing that connector positioning was massive. Rymaster again with the opening duel. Finds Eno, drops him out of the round. No answer. Threats on pistols, Arrow with an AK. He's able to find himself a full belt. Bamer's going to drop Mini elsewhere. Toast is very tucked in the ladder room here. They may not expect him.
Out.
Yeah. It's not looking likely, though. Nobody seems to want to boost up into the window. So the bomb's going to go down on A. The question is, what do Arrow and Toast really do about it? From their position, Biggs catches Lord Natron overextending. My goodness. And that is another rifle on the ground. If he gets close enough, he could pick it up. But he is going to need a lot of help to do so. There's only one guy watching his advance, and Toast, uh-oh. Uh-oh, right.
Oh, the jump!
He can't set his feet! Falls off the catwalk, and Bamer's gonna take down Biggs too. And Arrow gonna be forced to save one more time.
Yeah, at least they've got a good bit of money now. This will be a good full buy for them. And the name of the game is going to be trying to limit this T side to 6 because, man, one of, I wouldn't say the most CT-sided maps in the game, but it's classically CT-sided. You want to have a good CT side on this map, especially starting off. You know, you're starting on the preferred side, so to have that fall flat, there's a bit of a mental aspect that comes into that too.
Yeah, so as it turns out, we may see map 3 after all. NAN with 6 rounds in a row now, looking for 7. UPS has got to do something here to stall the tide. Anything. They've got to get desperate. Have a star play. Now is the time. And I think Toast has just heard he's going to nade this smoke. Swings out, and he will find one. It's Weesnall. His second kill of the game so far. And there's not a better time for it. Round 8. Biggs, market window. Eno's making his way back into con. Now elects to go back window. Effectively trading places with Toast, who now sits in CT. Dorga's going to fall back with his own AWP, bomb leading B.
Yeah, I like that the op is dynamic. Gets a kill window, goes to ticket. It's not the right play if you had all the info, but they don't. I like the play. It's just turning out that the T's are thinking about B, and it's just Biggs and market.
Look at this. This market window smoke is going to come in. It's already in the air. Now the molly balcony. Everybody's going to start moving. These rotates, all working out. The nade doing damage. That molly's going to slow him down even further. Biggs gets ahead of the smoke. Another nade is going to do more damage. And now another smoke. They're just making it more and more difficult. Eno and Arrow tag team, mow them all down. Lord Natron takes down Arrow from Cat. He was going to be the other man on the split, but Biggs quick to answer. So now UPS find their second round of the game and are hoping to stall this momentum.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast that changed. It was, I think the Molly van coming in ahead of the market smoke was really the downfall because it allowed the CTs to get so many players into position so fast. We saw they had barely one player B, and then within seconds, they had 3B plus another market, and they had all that late utility to stall out the T's. You know, I think that the Molly van might have given the game away a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that the late round utility usage there was, like you said, picture perfect. I mean, that is exactly what you study for. That's exactly what you play for. And now the bomb already out ramp. Eno takes down Dorga. I completely missed that. Now he's gonna have to fall upstairs due to the molly. Mini's gonna take down Natron. So now with the bomb down on the ground, 5v3. Mid was completely open, so the split is coming. But now the smoke on ramp's gonna cause problems for Weesnaw. Can't quite swing through it. Minute 18. And now the rest of the CTs are gonna be able to rotate. Rymaster is mid. Sees one, can't find a kill. It's Eno, who's coming on to win this round. A double kill, won't find more. Bamer is there, makes the play. 2v4 now. Sees one triple, will he find that kill? No, he won't. Arrow swings out. Saves Mini's life, and now Weesnaw takes down Biggs on the aggression. It's Toast to try and answer back. Mini still stuck on triple. Swinging, not ready. Toast is there. And that will end that round once again in UPS's favor. They cut the gap to 3.
Yeah, and I was about to mention I want to see a tactical pause from Pop Flash here because that got a little desperate. After the initial player went down A, it was Lord Natron with the bomb just dry swinging 2 players. He goes down while his Palace player is mollied and his A main player is nowhere close. It was just a little bit of a desperation play, and I definitely want to see him recalibrate here because just as we said the name of the game for UPS is to limit them to 6, right now, NAN has a great opportunity to put themselves in the driver's seat second half. If they can get 7 or even 8, they're going to be feeling really good. So I want to see him recalibrate, keep a cool head, and put something a little bit more cohesive together going into this round.
Have full force on the side of NAN here. I saw Rymaster with the P90 for just a moment, but instead he is going to elect to go with the MP7. So, opening rollouts here. Already taking very early mid control. Very aggressive is Rymaster getting to bottom mid. And so now Toast boosting up to apps. Like you said, that all very, very dynamic. You never really know where he's going to play until it's far too late. Mini jump spotting ticket. Now the nade goes out. Share. Going to drop Bamer to 61. That is such a huge nade at this point in the game. Now the volley on Cash going to shove him off the angle. Arrow unable to spam this smoke. Weesnaw is going to find Ito. So now he is down and out of the round. Rammaster takes big 5v3. They're in a great position to win this round. They've got 2 players pinned on B. And it's Mini all alone CT, expecting the vent push. Nothing there yet. Bomb hasn't started to get planted. Now it will be planted. Planning for connector. But instead, Weesnaw will take 1. It's Arrow. So now 5 versus 2 as the retake comes in. Looks like they are just going to elect to save. Toast finds Rymaster crossing vent, and that will allow Mini's escape.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've got plenty of money. They don't really need to save. Exits are good because the money for NAN is still weak, but it's almost just like there's a little bit of stats involved. You know, you'd just be running into death in a 2v5 low HP. So going for 1 exit and then getting away, you know, I don't hate it. Even though they had the money to go for it, it was just kind of pointless. And going back to what I said earlier, it was exactly what I was wanting to see out of NAN. They played it a lot more methodically. They used all their util in mid. They pushed that cat player all the way back, and they were able to get a couple really good frags on A, and they didn't take a single casualty. It was perfectly played.
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of, especially the really early aggressive mid control, I don't think they were expecting that. With the AWP pushing into apps, it just completely having no impact in that round. That was really what opened it up for them to pull off that A split. And now we're going to see how UPS respond to this. The best half they can hope for at this point is 7-5. Swinging out as the smoke pops. Eno with the shot. So now Eno smoked on. Get up. Arrow and Toast finding kills. Arrow's got himself a second. Eno pushing up mid. It's already been cleared out. Natron takes down Biggs. So now with a 2v4 coming from apps, the B bomb site is all that is left, but the market rotate is already there. The bomb will go down. The smoke on Cat. Will he try and get ahead of it? No, he will not. Alexa just hide behind it. Now Bamer takes him down. 2 versus 3. Natron already low. Eno pushing from apps. Oh, he's been hurt.
Jumping though.
Natron is ready. Doesn't matter. Eno, that is an incredible shot. The ball is going to work. They've both been hurt. Bamer's got one, and he'll find his second two. He's still alive. He just has to buy the time. 20 seconds on the bomb. Eno has to respect the ability here. He knows that he's the hot hand right now. He's going to just elect to dance around the pillar. He's going to dance again. Finds the kill. Will he have the time? He has the kit. He's got it.
I think he's got it.
And UPS are going to reel it back in just barely. Bamer dealing significant economic damage right there. But other than that, UPS will go up to 4.
Yeah, and somehow, even on a bad, they don't have a lot of rounds, but I don't know how they ended up so rich in this half. They had like multiple players with 10K. So ultimately, the kills from Bamer didn't lead to a lot, but with the bomb plant and the kills, NAN's going to have an okay buy. I could not believe that. I thought Bamer was going to actually pull that off.
With 5 HP, that would have been absolutely insane.
They're going through the A molly.
Oh no, they pushed the molly, pushed the smoke. Don't find the first one, don't find the second mini. Now finds himself a double kill. The nade, not gonna deal much damage. They can get the reload off, can't find the third. Trades him out, Arrow's got one. We know surge, and he's gonna be dropped with a quick headshot. Arrow brings us into halftime with a one tap. 7-5 will be your score.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah, I don't hate that fast play, but they just didn't win the aim duels that they needed to win, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it really is just that simple sometimes, but it looks like to bring you some updates from some of the other games while we're waiting for this one to get back started. Gone Fishing, FLT, Headhunters Guild, and AVI are all up 1-0 in their games.
Wow. Yeah, things are developing in this. Oh, and just to point out, Boo and OS are into double OT. So
yes,
that's a
they
banger.
are into double OT, so that is an incredible game. But speaking of incredible games, we come back to this one, pistol round, already loaded up. Let's see what UPS have prepared for this map. They know that NAN have played it a lot, so surely they've prepared something special, especially for a half like that, which was
they've got
their
some work to
CT.
do, that's for sure.
You're going to have to put their heads down and get moving. Eno, up into Palace. Looks like they're just preparing for the exec. Nothing mid, nothing underpass. This has been calmed. Lord Natron's going to fall back from triple. This has been heard.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of info on where the T's are not right now. So they're soon going to be able to stack this, and with the nades coming over, they're going to get the full picture here very soon. And here's the action.
Flash comes in. We slow down the fight for a little bit. Shots exchange. Finally, a kill rings in. It's Eno with a double kill. Finds Natron as well. And so now the CTs have to bring it back from a 5v3 big. Oh, no, he's going to walk this smoke. Now the flash brings out the CT. Eno's got himself a third. Biggs won't find anything. Faber birds one alive. And now it's Toast to sit in front of it, not expecting on that angle. Doesn't matter. Faber is there, makes the play. Eno's got 4. Going for the ace. Swinging. 81 HP. Finds the damage. And now he's just got to try and take him out. Here's him running around now. Puts another bullet on target. Tries to find it. Hits him through the box. Arrow goes down. It's all on Eno. He would need a sensational play. Finds it! That is an incredible shot and an incredible play for Eno. Puts UPS on 6 through his own effort.
Yeah, what an ace. That was insane. And you could see Arrow was hoping for him to get it too. Arrow was not taking the fight. Arrow was playing safe. Ultimately, he goes down, but a noble sacrifice for Eno to get that glory.
Yeah, I mean, that was incredible. That'll put him up to 13-9 to start this second half. And now comes an even more important round. Pistol really just sets you up for this round. And NAN are just going to go on to full pistols. They know they have the advantage. They know they have the round to play with the mini. Oh,
he goes just down there.
What? That's incredible. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Biggs. And now the dink with a P250 won't matter. Toast takes him down without a second thought. Eno, 90-degree flick. Dorga never stood a chance. And so now 2v5, Toast and Mini both low. Man left to find out what to do next.
Yeah, they were able to get some good damage, but nothing converted. And now these two players up cat are known, and they're not going to get much done. Both go down.
Nope. Quick cleanup there from Biggs and Toast. And that is going to bring us to 7-7.
Can I say something, Crash?
What's that?
I think if Wiesnaw had a normal view model, he gets a 3K on that pistol round.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And he would have dropped like 40 on the last map, probably.
Tragic.
But
it's absolutely tragic.
Some people just like to have their guns in the center of their screen. I don't know, everyone's entitled to their opinion, however wrong it may be. Minute 48 left to go. Mini making his way up into apps here. Flash into house. That was a bit strange. It's
a bit of a bonus still for them. 2 max.
Yeah, they're really just trying to wring all of these guns out for all they're valuable for. But now the push into Palace is soon to clear ramp. So they're going to get this information. Now the question is, what does NAN do with it?
Yeah, and if UPS ends this with an A split, which they have 2 under, 2 top mid, and a ramp. So if NAN were to decide to clear main, they're not. This is getting very, very interesting. Bomb goes down in the middle.
Bomb goes down. It's Dorga. Dorga might have just saved the round. That double T-spawn flank is going to catch Biggs off guard.
It's
Now
about
it has
to
the time to
materialize.
activate. Eno's the only chance UPS has at winning this round. Rymaster's going to take down Biggs, and the bomb is now unsecure. Magnet's at range. It was never going to happen. Not on your life. Famer finds a double kill. Eno activates, but it's far too late. He'd need another ace, and instead elects to just fall back to Palace Balcony. Waiting for overextension, waiting for aggression, but with 33 seconds, he simply does not have the time to wait. Will elect to save instead.
Yeah, that was a very gambly round. That double Palace push could have been disastrous if the T's were a little faster. Doesn't end up getting any more than just the one, but that was just a very interesting development in that round. Ended up paying off dividends for NAN, but it was a little scary when they had a weakened A bomb site.
Yeah, there was a moment in time where if they just accelerated, UPS could have taken that round, but NAN pull things back into their favor, retaking the lead. And so now we will see how UPS responds.
Yeah, now they've got 5 rifles, so that the bonus didn't go their way. Now they're trying to respond. Eno does immediately.
Oh, wow. Great shooting from Eno right there. And he's kind of been a force to start the second half. Already up to 16 to 10. The double stack on Cat. Now the nade comes in. Expecting it to be a flash.
Just running in.
Kill. He is just absolutely insane. We'll find the third as well. Toast goes down, but Mini trades. So now it's Rymaster all alone. Finds Mini from Market. And Rymaster gets himself a second. Trying to get a third.
Not
Won't
ready.
get there. Arrow ready. Waiting. Pounces. And so now, in a 1v2, Lord Natron, very winnable. Pushing from Market. Smoke gets dropped on the window. So now he'll be forced to push from the door. Bomb plant going down. He's got more than enough time to wait for these smokes to fade. Instead, elects to get in front of him. Sees one crossing Van. And now he knows the other one is an apps. He's seen it. Now swinging Van. Takes it down. Expecting the other BS.
Oh.
Too quick. He was able to find a trade that was looking dangerous for a second there. But UPS bring us back to a tie.
Arrow kind of throwing caution to the wind there very early on the bomb timer. He just goes straight for the trade rather than playing time. And it just so happened that... Who was that? Famer or Natron?
Natron.
Natron. He just ended up going for the gun, and that ended up getting him killed. But if I was Natron, I wouldn't expect the player playing post plant to just rush me either. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, especially after seeing him when he's so deep. Like that was definitely you really can't blame Natron for that. That was just a great play by Arrow. A very good misdirection. And now, with a minute 36, we'll see how they do it again. Corner spotting is Weesnall!
Oh.
That is disgusting! With the scout, Eno absolutely humiliated in apps.
Yeah, he said, no more early kills for you, Eno. That's a great shot.
With a scout, too. Man, that is just... Man, I mean, the buy for NAN going into this round wasn't great. But now with that kill, things open up for them. They've completely shut off the B side of the map. If they want to go B, they're going to have to go through mid. While they have full mid control, UPS still not in a great position here.
Yeah, off that kill, now we see NAN has 4 of preferred rifles. UPS actually has 1 Galil, so they're at a gun and a man disadvantage here.
Yeah, it's just not looking super likely for him. Arrow takes down Dorga. So now that equalizes man advantage, are they going to expect the man jungle here? They're going to run upstairs. Now they can swap. It's Famer. Finds one. Lord Natron takes another. Biggs answers back, but now it's Natron who will find the double kill. Mini will take him down to set up the 1v2. And now the double swing, one from jungle, one from CT. They're setting it up, and they
Another
play it
headshot.
perfectly. Weesnall with the scout. Does not matter. Sit down, he says to Mini. My goodness, they're going to go up to 9, and with very little resistance to boot.
Yeah, I mean, that was all Weesnaw, to be honest. Opened it up with the scout and closed it out with the scout. It didn't even matter. That was their weakest gun. It had the most impact in that round. Natron with another good double kill, though. So those combining for 4, and they just shut UPS down.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult for them to build momentum in a situation like this. The second half has just been so back and forth after the opening round wins going in UPS's favor. We could very well see this map go into overtime.
Yeah, especially if it continues with this back and forth, like you said. No team can be a straight out.
Oh my goodness, Rhymaster and Lord Natron both finding double kills. Arrow left to try and get something out of this round, but with the bomb down, not exactly in his favor, so to speak. He's just going to wait
seen
here.
a Glock ace versus a full buy?
I've never seen it, and I don't think I'm going to see it because Natron does not make those kind of mistakes. 3 kills for him in the round, and that is going to put NAN up on double digits.
Yeah, first to double digits. They are in control, and here we get a full buy from UPS. Looks like they're going to get pretty much everything they want. Not all the fixins, though. They're getting the main course. They might have to sacrifice a couple nades just because they haven't been able to build a big bank. But they are at least going to be on 5 AKs.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's not as much as you would want, but it certainly is enough to win the round, especially with the way that they have been playing. And now Deep Molly in Apps, going to slow any positioning down from there. Dorga stopping the fast cat play. They're going to send 3 up mid, 2 up Apps. This is looking like it's setting up to be a B split. And I think they might have realized that by now. The nade in the smoke does not even look for it. They see them going cat. Dorga takes down Toast. That nade's going to do some work as well. Arrow down to 3/4. Now he's going to get mollied out of that position. Dorga finds another. And Weasno, while moonwalking, takes down Arrow. Bamer finds Mini elsewhere, and it's Eno all alone. He'll need another ace to pull this round back. They're spamming cardboard. They know that he's Apps. They've read him perfectly, and with a minute left to go, he needs to find a miracle.
Yeah, he's got the right gun for it, but it's still a tall order. They all know where he is, and he's not gonna get one.
Nope, not even the first. Weasnaw there makes the play. A double kill from him and a double kill from Dorga stops down the B split, and now we see ourselves go to 11-8.
I was gonna mention that UPS got some mid control there, and it looked like they were gonna play one of those slow rounds that NAN had so much success with, but I feel like NAN feels a little bit more comfortable in that pocket and staying in mid a little bit longer, whereas UPS, they felt the need to speed up faster and, you know, before they got any actual kills, and they weren't able to get any kills in that round. It just didn't work for them.
Yeah, just unfortunately just not able to reel in the things that they needed, and now they're going to be on Glocks again, saving for OT. They need 4 in a row on the T side, and with Nan's defense looking more and more stout by the second, that just feels so very
Oh my God!
The transfer of a lifetime finds all 3 of them. This will not matter. Bamer cleans up, and that is going to put Nan on match point.
Yeah, what a spray down. That spray transfer was crazy, like you said. Another kind of just nothing burger of an A push with pistols, and the NAN team is not making any mistakes on that. Their rifles are singing.
They absolutely are letting those things bang. And with 1 round away from map 3, NAN just have to keep playing like they've been playing. Deep breaths, set your feet, pace your shots, play like you know you can play. Minute 40 left to go. And now, Lord Natron's going to clear Palace, but not quite all the way. Mini has some forward positioning here that Molly's going to slow him down. So it looks like they are just setting up for a solid A exec. That Molly's going to burn out by the time the smokes land. Here they come. Now the nade on the stairs. Master falls away. Crouching into the smoke. Nothing doing. They're going to take the site for nearly free. Lord Natron makes a fight for it, but it's no effect. That's an out Molly and CT prevents any further push. There's no one there. Nade in the smoke. Master finds Toad. Mini enters back. 4 versus 3, but Mini's on 9 HP. And pushing from CT fast is Weasnaw. He's been on the timing this game so far. Takes down Mini. 3v3. Eno's pushing up to the smoke. He's not going to be expected in this. Oh, he's going to walk in. He's going to walk in. Weasnaw. He's going to find Arrow, but now on there. Eno takes 1. Will he find a second? Dives into connector head first. Biggs gets the timing, and now it's a 1v1. It all comes down to this. Biggs has to try and keep his team's hopes and dreams alive. He's seen him stairs. He just has to buy the time. We'll get there. Famer sends us to map 3 in style.
That got really dicey with the Eno smoke push, but he wasn't able to convert on that jungle off, and that jungle off ends up closing out the game. Just very, very amazing round.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not really much else to say. They just kind of handled business on that map. UPS was able to pull a couple of fast ones on them, but ladies and gentlemen, we are going to map 3, and I could not be more excited for it. It's going to be Anubis. Anubis is one of my favorite maps in the pool, and with the recent changes has become probably the best map in the pool besides Ancient, but that's just because I'm an Ancient stan. But yeah, if there's anything to take away from that game, Rymaster wants to win, and Rymaster wants to win bad. He had a stellar performance to put them up on the T side, and you can see the result of it right there. Once you're in the driver's seat to start that CT half, it just becomes so much easier from there.
Oh, yeah. And what I love is it was a little lackluster on Nuke, not as close as we would have liked, but now we can see that both teams are here to shoot. They both have good strats. They both have good team play. And that just makes me feel like this map 3 is going to be an absolute blast.
Oh, it is. I cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick break for our sake and the players' sake. Don't go anywhere. Map 3 in just a moment.
gotta get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. I can feel your body.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSC Season 20 Prospect Tier Playoffs between UPS and NA Nade. So, each team up a map, and now here's the decider on Anubis as we go into the pistol round.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one.
And here we go. Eno down to 13, dinked by the Glocks. Falls back. It's Toast to try and hold mid all by himself. Looking like setting up the V8 split here. Nature already out main. So is Dorga. They're gonna try and take these fights. They both win their fights. Natron and Dorga take down Eno and Big. So now the 3v5 retake does get started. Not seeing it. Toast jump spots and we saw none the wiser. Gets the drop on him to make it a 4v3. With the HP being what it is and the positioning for these guys, they know that they can only come from cameras. The double up in main might be a problem. Arrow gonna drop Lord Natron. And they've heard them, but they have not considered that one could be deep here. Arrow's gonna drop Natron as well. So now running back from heaven. Toast is there. The 180-degree flick. A double kill for him in the round, and 3 from Arrow to make a full house. Toast sticks the defuse. And it looks like he's going to have the time. He will. And
Very close.
Is going to be that. Yeah, the HUD really does undersell how close it is when that happens. I thought he had like at least 2 more seconds.
That was definitely under 1 second left. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, the HUD was a little You know, let's shout out the HUD though. I just noticed that the HUD will tell you when players are boosted on top of each other. We've got some incredible technology here at CSC. That blew my mind when I saw that 2 players were boosted on the B site and it said boost on the minimap.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There's also another version of the HUD that just does not tell you who you're spectating. So you just kind of have to guess. And that was miserable. I casted a game with Hawkish when that was the case, and it was genuinely miserable. Like one of the worst games I've ever casted because it was so bad. Rymaster and Bamer both finding kills on the B site. Bomb will go down. Instead, it's not going to get planted. So now Toast with a double kill from the FAMAS. Makes it a 3v2. Weesnaw swings, won't find it. Toast up to 3. And looking for that number 4. Eno steals
Flying
it away.
MP7 from Eno.
Wow.
That
Also
went
doesn't
back
show
and
the kill
forth.
feed icons, so that's really
Oh,
unfortunate.
yeah. I also noticed, I don't think there's an icon for burning to death. I've seen a couple people burn to death, and they die to a gun from the person that was dead, which is not possible.
Yeah, so, but at least we can tell when people are boosted on top of each other.
Yes,
At least we can tell
is,
that. That's
key.
definitely something, for sure. Now the Molly comes in, top mid. So really, kind of not really committing to mid control this time just because of how hard they pushed for it before. Bamer now charging through house. He'll take first contact. Gets lit for 50. Now goes falling back. Drops the smoke. Is they got out of time? Finds the first. Will he find the second? Dives back into safety again. Natron is there. Eno finds 2. And Biggs finds 1 as well. So now it's Jordan stuck in tabs. And Biggs drops him through the smoke.
Yeah, Biggs and Eno with the MP7 connection. Crash, are you an MP7 fan?
I love the MP7. At first, I wasn't a fan. At first, I was like an MP9 supremacist. And then I used the MP7 for the first time, and I was like, I see now.
Light.
I see now. This is way more valuable than the second flash. I'm just going to be so real with you. It just is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And when they dropped it to 1400, it's a no-brainer. It used to be, I bought it when it was 1700 just because I loved it so much. But now that it's 1400, I'm on cloud 9.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think the MP5 back in the day, as Toast misses the shot top mid. Bamer paranoid at the B-main. Also get the MP5. Toast drops Rymaster. These two have been going back and forth all night long.
Look at Toast is on 7 and 1. I didn't even realize that.
God, he's having a heck of a game so far.
Yeah,
Up to
it
3
almost boiled it down to the Toast impact. The main deciding factor in this game, he wasn't quite turned up on Mirage like he was on Nuke, and they didn't capitalize on that. So if he can perform on this map like he did on Nuke, then who knows? UPS might be able to run away with it.
That is definitely a good way to think about it. This fight in E-Box is going to determine everything. If he tries to get to the left side of that smoke, he won't quite get there. Also, spamming MP7 emos while glazing the MP7 is crazy work. I'm not even going to lie.
Gotta do it.
49 seconds now. Toast, the only man who can defend the A site. He's got Biggs to help, but he won't be in position to help him very fast. Flash, blank 1. Misses a shot. Now we'll run that back out. Another exit out of A. This time he hits it. Biggs takes 1 and dies. So now,
in the molly.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Can't find it! Won't get there. Reesnaw answers back. 2 in the round for him, but he needs 2 more. Can he get it done to give NAN their first round? Set up on 90. The nade comes out. He has been hurt.
Oh, that was close.
That looked like that barely missed him too. That's so unfortunate for him. Mini able to collect it with a FAMAS, gets the AWP back, so the economic damage avoided, and UPS up to 4.
Yeah, and that op back into the hand of Toast. If you can't keep that out of his hands, you're gonna have a tough time. He is back on his best form. He was feeling himself, even going through the molly. I thought he was going to go huge there. He did go huge. I thought he was going to go even huger.
So even huger. Man,
yes.
I don't even know. He's up to 9 kills in 4 rounds. How much huger can he get? We'll have to see as he elects to defend the B bomb site. Bomb leaning that way, so it is a correct read for now. Minimal resistance elsewhere. So 3B, 1 mid, 1A.
Yeah, a little bit of a slower start for the NAN side. They're tired of bleeding these rounds. They want to try to get some early picks and maybe build something rather than just hitting a site. Could be alerted through this con smoke. They have 3 players coming out. Could be alert the other way. Mini might not expect a player very, very close.
No!
Beats the gun. He gets 2.
Oh my goodness! Mini! You can't get away with that! This is not Premier. What in the
That's
world is that from Mini?
Unbelievable.
4v3. Are
The
you
and the
kidding
M4
me?
is longer than the AK. The T player should have seen that M4 before he saw the AK.
He had less bullets. He had less awareness. He had no idea there were going to be 3 there, and it did not matter. And oh no, Lord Natron. He is walking right into the trap. Toast. It. But the shadow from the darkness. He will emerge. Finds 2 in the round. And with 30 seconds left, Dorga has to run. Tail between his legs. NAN absolutely reeling from the assault that UPS has laid onto their T side.
Yeah, I don't think it's even set in what exactly happened. And that doesn't even go their way.
God. Wow, can't even save properly. Oh my goodness.
Crazy strong start from UPS. They are playing like they can't lose. And with Toast hitting off shots like that, Mini making a absolutely masterful play out of that smoke and just somehow getting lucky enough to where the T player is looking at his teammates. That was just unfathomable.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... Yeah, it's like I was saying a couple of days ago. You can't plan for that. You can plan for the tactics, you can plan for the strategy, but at the end of the day, if the gunfights don't go your way, they don't go your way. And that is exactly what happened there.
Now, we did see NAN take a tack pause, and on Mirage, they were able to turn that into a huge success right off the pause, and it ended up winning them the game. They were able to have a really strong T side off the back of that pause. So, let's see what they come up with. Now we see the P90 out of Rymaster and Lord Natron. Double P90. This might get a little hectic.
But here they are up against the hot hand Toast. Does he have the strength for this? One. Biggs tried to spray down the others. Rymaster and Bamer will find the kills. It's Eno to answer back, drops the bomb. And now they have to commit. Now they have to go that way. Picking up the AK is Weesnault. And that's Weesnault and Bamer who will pick up the pieces.
He had a good lurk there, but with the loss of the bomb, now they're in a tough spot. That could have opened up a window for them to rotate, but that bomb is just squarely on the A site with 2 CTs flanking it. And I don't know if they're trying to save or if they are looking for a long flank. Still 60 seconds on the clock. They have no money, so a save might be in order.
Possibly, but in a 2v2, armor, helmets, and utility on both, I go for this every day of the week. You're already down 5. You cannot save right here. This, absolutely, you have to go for this. As disadvantaged as you are right now with 45 seconds left, they're going to link up mid, try and push from Cam.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going for the misdirection. Full silent. The CTs they have to consider everything on this timing. And now somehow they're both looking in the right direction. A little bit of timing on Eno, but the flash is going to give a little bit away. They know both positions. 1v1 now.
He can't find it. Bamer takes down Arrow, and now with 20 seconds left, Eno is just going to give up the bomb. He's going to force him to use all of his utility. Clearing the site. 10 seconds now. If he plants behind Cake, he is safe, but he tries to go fishtail. He won't get it. 5 seconds.
Oh, barely.
Now sticks it. He knows that he has to stick it, so now this forward positioning from Eno. Nade coming out. Now he knows exactly where he's at. Nade gonna deal a little bit of damage. That is huge. 40 HP. Can he find it? Sees the shoulder. They're both very low. He has to try and play time, but Bamer knows he's a sitting duck. He's got to try and get there. He's got to try and buy the time, but he has no more room to run.
And a perfect shot.
And Eno finds it. That is a beautiful shot from him. UPS are already up to 6.
Yeah, that one got a lot closer than maybe it should have. UPS losing 4. Their money doesn't care, though. It was just a little bit of an opportunity for NAN to get on the board. They weren't able to pull it all the way to the end, though. It was a valiant effort by Bamer. I think he did more than was expected of him. But one of these has to fall in their direction, or this is just going to be a stomping.
Yeah, I mean, uninterrupted dominance are the 2 words I would use to describe how this first quarter has gone. But as the second quarter gets underway, this is going to be disgusting. He's done this so many times. But Rymaster is ready, and Lord Natron burns himself alive, but not before taking Eno with him. So 4v3 as mid control is established. And with a minute and a half to play with here, Now things slow down.
Yeah, kind of an unforced 2-for-1 trade. Could have been a 2-for-none. But still T's left in an advantage position. They have the bomb. They have all the control of canal and mid. The CT's playing a little bit of passive. They do have their players close to the right position. It's going to come down to the Angels here.
Here we go. This is the first. Mini gets away, but it's going to cost him a lot of HP. So now the smoke comes in. Both the players that are there are now smoked off. 4v3. They are going to need some serious kills very early in this retake to try and justify it.
Yeah, and NAN cannot afford to throw this away. They need to play safely. They need to play crossfires. Under no circumstances can they give this round away.
No, they cannot. Half the time off the bomb, 20 seconds. Biggs pushing from CT. He knows that the partner's left. He has to consider the second, finds the kill. Now Rymaster takes one. It might be enough, but instead takes the second as well. Mini now stuck 1v2, and he never stood a chance. Weesnaw ready, waiting, and he will give NAN their first round.
Yeah, that's much needed. This is one of the rare maps we have that's actually a little bit of T favored. And with the CTs already having half of the maximum allotted rounds, the best that NAN can hope for is a tied 6-6. And I feel like if, you know, that's what they got to be aiming for. It's a bit of a tall ask, but that's what they have to have in their mind is to build on that success and to string some together. Because if they lose this follow-up, their money's broken again, and who knows how far UPS can go in this half.
And I think they realize how much pressure is on them this round, how much that economy is depending on them winning here. Because look at the way they've spent their money. Biggs does not buy that fourth grenade because he knows what money he is at. And Toast calls the timeout, and he is going to get his guys ready for what could be one of the most important rounds in this half.
Yeah, he did elect for the big green, no util. He's still got a helmet, though. A little bit interesting. Their P90 from Natron might make the helmet work. We'll see how that plays out. But that big green in the hands of Toast is uber dangerous. So that's going to be the key for them here. Going con early.
Yep, we'll see how it goes. Box won't see anything. Lord Natron with a P90, just trying to get his opponents to go full tilt. Won't find anything yet. That smoke in Temple gonna cause problems. Now mid control established. The A split is incoming, and they've stacked the wrong site. So now it's gonna be all on just one. Pino goes down. It's Lord Natron on the P90. Will he find a second selection right high in deep? Doesn't he? Will he get there? He put some nearly put some damage down. Instead, excuse me, that's Biggs. Biggs does go down. It's Lord Natron on the P90.
He's going huge with the P90.
Oh my God! Lord Natron, that shouldn't be possible, and yet he makes it so. And now it's only Toast left, trying to just hide as best as he can.
And now Toast is sitting here in rugs with his helmet on his head saying, guys, I told you should have bought a helmet. I think 2 of those players died to a P90 headshot, and Natron gets an unbelievable value out of that SMG. He just ran into mid, swinging his P90 around, and it paid off huge. A little bit of a consolation.
Good. Is he going to get seen? He just barely gets away from Dorga, so that AWP does get saved. And with an amazing play, Lord Natron brings himself up to 7-7 and gives NAN their second. So now we'll see the opening rollouts here. A lot could go wrong for NAN in this round, and instead of electing to save again, they are instead gonna force here. So rifles and minimal utility for UPS. Do you think this is the right call?
Well, you've got a big lead. You do have still rounds to play with in this half. I mean, and you know that the NAN money cannot be perfect. You know, it's risky, but I think it's calculated. Early pick for Natron.
Oh my goodness, Natron with the A1S. Mini was none the wiser. Taking some damage from that Molotov. Now the bomb comes in. Full execute. 5v4 retake. This is it. This is what
a position.
Great kills. Arrow finds 2. Rymaster answers back with Lord Natron. So now 1v2, and it's Biggs from E-Box. They want to get here this quick. Lord Natron runs in. Will find half damage. That is huge. He's giving Rhinemaster the HP advantage. Half time off the bomb.
Oh, was not ready.
Rhinemaster finds 3 in the round. And that is going to give NAN 3.
Yeah, and now the money is... Well, the loss bonus has allowed them to build a little bit back up, but I mean, are they going to just keep forcing, or are they going to actually buckle down and get back into a full buy? That's the question. I think it's going to be the latter. They are going to get a bit of a pistol upgrade, but man, that got close. I thought that position out of arrow was going to turn that upside down, and it almost did. Got way closer than I was expecting, but good for NAN for pulling it through.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, they basically pulled off miracles to win these past 2 rounds, but when it works, right? You can't knock it. So now we'll see pistols on UPS. Looks like they're going to try and shoot for an 8-4 half. But never say never. We've seen crazier things happen. Bomb looks like it's moving away from B towards A. Looks like they're going to try and set up for the split here.
Yeah, getting the right read and getting the right info early is going to be key for NAN. They do not want to walk into that stack. If they can take out Eno, they've got to open runway to A, and they even have a B to find out that the stack is there. So he's going to find out very soon. There's the last 2 players, and they're going to just take the bomb into A, and shouldn't be anything else to say about this round, but they do get to salvage an A.
Yeah, they do salvage it. So now with the bomb down, able to find a deagle is toast, and now he will just be setting up an E-Box for these exits.
And with 2,600, no armor, he's got probably another 3,000 coming to him. It might be worth it for him to take a couple guns away, or at least try to. Maybe he gets out with another, or at least just hurts the economy, but they're actually not going to come his way. Just molly him off and get out of dodge.
Yep. Perfectly executed from NA nades. And they are going to give themselves round number 4. So, setting themselves up to close out this half. Oh, they could. Biggs hears it. Key asset. No, he does not. Weesnaw not expecting it, and now will not be able to get the trade. Lord Natron too far away. So now, with all of that being said, NAN setting themselves up great for the end of this first half.
Yeah, if they can pull this one off, this is a pretty even matchup, full buy versus full buy. But if they do, still not a ton in the bank for UPS. They should be on max loss 3,400, so it'll allow them to buy something decent. But if NAN can pull this one off, then they're in a good spot to get a 6-6 that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Left to go.
Early fight.
Early B made aggression, and it gets punished thoroughly. The first full buy for UPS in a while, and it collapses at the first sign of resistance. Kramer and Weesnaw, together with the help of Rhinemaster, take the B site, and that will be that. Lord Natron ends it off with a kill on Eno, and Biggs just trying to find anything to take into the next round.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, you know, NAN just needed some of these fights to go their way, and when they do in droves. I mean, everything falling into place for them in the last 4 rounds and this 5th. It'll be a 5-round stretch to match, and they're trying to match UPS's 6s. It's not too often you see 6 in a row from both teams to result in a tied half.
I mean, it would be pretty crazy. I've actually never seen that in my life before. So, and I know I say that, crazy stuff happens in this league, and Biggs not able to escape. So that is going to be that. NAN up to 5, and UPS now have to try and figure out what they want to do here.
Yeah, like I said, it's not absolutely slum city on the CT side, but it's not going to be as good as they want. 1 SMG, 1 FAMAS, 2 rifles in the off, and very limited util. 2 players with almost no nades.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be very, very difficult for them to win this round. Already low utility, and the round literally just started, now peeking with the scout. Toast can't quite get it into the center of the smoke. That will cause problems for that peak. Now it looks like they're just bringing the bomb mid. They're going to try and split A. And then once again, send that to the correct site. Under defended. Eno will take out Natron from camera. And he'll find a second with the AK. Looking for the third. Back turn. Weesaw takes advantage. But now with the 3v3 and Mini, they're fast. He can front the smoke. He might. That Molly won't deal any damage. So now Arrow with a FAMAS answers as well. That'll make it a 3v2. NAN trying to hang on to the possibility of a 6-6 half. Toes pushing from A main. Quarter of the time off the bomb. They've got to get moving. Weesaw goes down. It's Arrow again. 2 kills in a round for him. And Toes finds Targa in heaven. And that will be that. 7-5 will be your halftime score. UPS up.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I mean, if you're UPS, you're at least happy that you got out with the lead in that first half, but I cannot imagine that they go into this without some thoughts in their mind about what could have been.
I mean, dropping 5 in a row is definitely something that you don't want to do, but bringing back those last 2 rounds can be a great way to get your mental back into the idea of, yes, we are going to win this game. There is no we could win this game. There is no we could possibly win this game. There is a we will win this game, and both sides are certainly thinking that right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, HG, FNL, and FLT all win their playoff games 2-0. So everybody else going to a map 3 while those teams are done for the night. We'll give you the version of the updated bracket when we can. Just understand that it is going to be kind of difficult because it does not update live. So with a tech pause incoming, we are going to send you to a quick break until we get this one figured out. But don't go anywhere. Second half of map 3 coming soon.
My shoulder is all you get. When you moved around, yeah, that's where it all fell. Oh, to the ground, babe. And you like to move in silence, baby, so do I. This could either be hell or a paradise. Talking to your friends, baby, so do I. About you, we both know it's too late. I forgot I lied to you. We both know it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The CSC Season 20 Prospect Tier Round of 16 game between UPS and NAN on Anubis. Map 3 here. Second half about to get underway. And oh man, I see them all headed towards B. Neuron activation. Yep. Here we go. There's the fast
Early
smoke.
Full rush.
It's going to be all on Rymaster. Dorga, that's a great start. Finds one. Rymaster finds another. Pigs answers back. 4 versus 3 as the bomb starts to go down. They have to get the plant, and it will not be enough. Big and Toast both finding kills as well. So now with 3v3, Toast goes down, intercepts the plant. It's Natron for B-Main. He's cut off access to the bomb. Baber's got beat up. And now it's Big all alone.
Oh my gosh.
Weesaw takes him down, and surgical precision from Lord Natron will win that round for NAN, and they cut the lead to 1.
Yeah, that was a perfect play from NAN. I mean, props to the B anchors for getting 2 kills on the initial rush, and then the fast flank B main. They were not ready for that at that timing, and that allows them to deny the bomb plant, and it just falls apart from there. Biggs left an E-box with nothing to do. I mean, gosh, that was well played from NAN.
Hey, guess what? I want you to say the score out loud.
The score is 6-7.
Oh my God! It's unbelievable! Lord Natron does it again! Another triple kill with a greatest spray transfer that we could not see. Baber cleans up just like Mirage. We were too busy laughing at 2 stupid numbers, and Lord Natron said, "Get the spotlight back on me." We are tied at 7.
Even if it was on the screen, my head and my hands were shaking too much to see anything that was going on. I was 6-7ing so hard.
Yeah. I mean, that's not even the camera on. Nobody can see that, just for the love of the game right there. That's what we love to see.
Now we got a full buy out of UPS. Rymaster's still on the MP7. Now that guy has the love of the game.
Yes, he does. MP7 supremacy. What I want to know is when we're going to get
When
the
it opens up.
MP6. Oh my God, why Master B main aggression. Biggs is kicking himself right now. That is ridiculous. And now we see more fights ring out. Arrow's got 2. Double kill from him. He has come alive at the right time.
Now.
Yep. We'll see the 3v3. Do they elect to go through mid, or are they going to try and just stack up on B? It looks like they're just going to try and group up B. Not a bad decision. You know that the CTs are spread thin. You're going to be able to trade. That Molly will slow you down. And Toasted set pushes through. What an absolutely boneheaded move from Toast. Swings out of the Molly, and now his team is left in a disadvantage. And not only that, it reveals the bomb site they were going to go to.
Yeah, now they got to slow way down, and they got to... Basically, they have to let their... It's like a stealth game, you know. They just got the exclamation mark. Now they got to slow way down and put the doubt back into the heads of the CTs, because it went from being an absolute devastation if they continued into B. Now they have to try to have some misdirection, and the CTs are playing very passive, very info-gaining angles. I mean, you see this player in Temple. This is the perfect position to be in. We'll see what happens here.
Arrow not expecting it. The first. Mini picks up the bomb. Now 1v3. Finds the first kill. He'll have time to get the plant. One coming from deep. One coming from main. Here we go. This is where legends are made. This is where you cement your name in history forever. Can he get it done? No, he won't. Beaver is there. Makes the play and takes the head to give his team the lead for the first time tonight.
Yeah, just like that, 5-7 turns into 8-7. NAN is back in control, and the money for the T side is not ideal. It's either going to be a weak buy or a save.
Yeah, and now you start to wonder as UPS, what do we do to get ourselves out of this position, right? Still a very close game. A lot of time left to play. But you gotta respond. You can't continue to bleed rounds like this. You've already lost 3 in a row. You gotta get something done here. Yeah, very big nade. Down to 64 hasn't been seen otherwise.
Know about that damage. The 2 nades coming through. They know something's about to happen. Man, what the gun switch?
Oh my
But
God!
he gets a pistol. He's invincible. He has held back.
What in the world was that? I looked down for a split second, and everyone on UPS is dead. A full house.
I can't even describe to you what just happened there. I can't even give you the play-by-play. It was like Natron just, he looked at the ground, he looked back up, he had somehow become the avatar, unkillable in the server, and then he just killed them with pistols. And that was insane.
Oh my God. It's like when you drop the squad shield, Battlefront, just nothing does anything. Oh my goodness, and Toast. Now with the AWP, for the first time on T side, he's gonna try and make this work.
Yeah, he was formidable with it on CT. Let's see if he can transfer that over to the attack and give his team some impact.
100%. He had 11 kills in the first 6 rounds, but has slowed down considerably here. So now, Molly out.
Go tick.
Burning herd. He doesn't get either kill. They're both down to a quarter HP. That Molly will slow him down for the time being, but this boost is not going to matter if another Molly goes down, which it does. So now this boost able to find this kill. It's Jordan takes down Big. Now they hop off of it. Weesnall finds another kill as well. 3 versus 4. Arrow takes down Weesnall. And now 3v3. The bomb site will fall. Toast! That's disgusting. I didn't think he was going to go for that. I didn't think he would hit it, much less. And now it does. Takes him out of the round. 3v2. It's all on Door. Going to defend the bomb site all by himself. They know exactly where he's at. Mollied out. Losing health. Bleeding. Burning.
Toast
Can't find it. Oh, he's going to walk back into the Molly. He does walk back into the Molly. Now, out of the round. It's just Baber. A double kill. Not like this. Absolutely not like this. You can't blow a 3v1 to give him their 4th in a row. Or their 5th in a row. You can't 3v1.
Oh, he has nades out.
Oh my goodness. The nade out. I thought for sure that was going NAN's way, but instead UPS find 8. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, couple of miracles or nightmares, depending on how you look at it, for both teams. I mean, that was a crazy round, swinging back and forth in such a huge way. We knew this map 3 was going to be a banger, and it is not disappointed.
It has been a banger. I don't know if we're going to see overtime. I don't know if my heart could take overtime. I got high blood pressure, indigestion, a little bit of acid reflux.
A lot of pressure on Weesnaw.
Here we go. Keep that gun out, young man. Spray your career. There's one. We'll find the second. Kramer able to trade him out. So now it's Toes to try and pick up the pieces from his blade. Now more kills ring out. Dorga is there. Makes the click for Cams. 2v3. Mini stuck on the site. Now he's being surrounded. Now he's being killed. No idea he was even there, and it's Biggs to try and piece this together. With so little utility, so little tools, only a flash and a Galil to his name. The molly seals it. He's been separated from the bomb. The smoke cuts him off for even more time. Now just runs away. This has been heard. And they'll be back looking towards mid before he can even have a chance to get there.
I gotta tell you that. I got a little lost in that round. I thought that was going UPS's way in a big way. I think they killed both of the A anchors, but it was just such a fast rotate from NAN. I didn't even fully realize it was happening, and everything, they got all the trades and all the control back. Now we have Biggs actually trying to make a play back into this round. He does have full round-the-world timing, not being watched currently.
30 seconds. Only 2 guys on the site. Bamer's separated. If he can get this into 2 1v1s, it is more than likely. There's no way they possibly expect him from here. Oh, Lord Nate, gonna walk right into it. There it is. There's the first 1v1. Now the off knows. Bamer's got to try and get there in time. Biggs.
10.
Swing back, turn, and Bamer is there. So, disaster avoided for NAN. They'll go up to double digits, but UPS look very hungry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are coming down to the wire. Close game, close rounds within that game. It's not quite what we saw in Mirage, where they were winning these rounds that they weren't supposed to win. This is a lot more of just pure competition. Both teams having good ideas and good execution, but not able to fully dominate the other team. And it looks like UPS has a decision to make. They have some money. Toast full buy. Mini can full buy. Yeah, they are changing their minds a lot.
Like they're gonna commit to the eco here, I think.
Yeah, just a middle of the road, some techs, a Mac. We saw what Biggs could do with the Deagle on Mirage. Maybe we get something spectacular. But overall, this is going to heavily favor NAN onto 11. We'll see if they can get through this clean.
Man, my heart is racing right now. I can't hardly watch this, but I volunteered to. So now, with a minute 40 left to go, we'll have to see what happens mid-control. They're trying to go get it with a smoke Bamer. He's gonna like to smoke him off in return. Now a certain stillness falls over the server. Now that quiet really begins to sink in, and you realize that the time is ticking. And something has to be done, but no one wants to be the first to die. But everyone wants to be the first to kill. Weesnaw, Trotzino, and that'll give them the 5v4. So with a minute 14 to go, they're gonna stack up in mid. Let's see what they got.
Pulled the op away a little bit. Now he's got a lot to deal with. The jumping gets the leg. They're advancing.
They're gonna pour out onto this A side. Bamer there. Finds the first. Finds the second. And the third will get it. Weesnaw is there.
Oh, the reload.
Now he finds the body shot. Picks up the off. Done. Oh my goodness. Time froze for a split second with Dorga and Lord Natron right next to one another.
I think I might have had a heart attack.
We could have been in a very different timeline right now, but NAN just barely steered the ship away. And so now, on 11 rounds, UPS must win 5 in a row to avoid overtime.
I want to point out, Bamer got some style points there. He legged Toast, and then as a penalty for surviving an off shot, he headshotted Toast with the off for 450 damage.
Holy moly. That is a big number. Rhymaster and Biggs both finding kills. Now sees him.
Not looking.
Famer drops him. And that is soul crushing for UPS at this point. They have to try and bring it back from a 3v4. Half built on one, full built on the other. With this amount of time left in this positioning, they're left with only one option. They must go B. Rymaster already on the way there. And now, Bamer follows suit. They're going to walk onto a stack site if they elect to commit to this. They don't. They shift back now.
Wiesnaw's in an advanced position on A, so they might not be ready for him if they're looking to do this pivot. They're going for a bit of a misdirection, but Wiesnaw might catch them off. If they just walks into the off there.
No! Arrow try swings. And now
Bad to worse in this round.
Eno's by himself with the bomb.
And look, he's got it even more advanced. There's no way they're ready for a Rugs player.
There's absolutely no way. He's trying to clear it as slow as he can, moving into the box. He's sitting there, now drops the bomb, knows the other is near. It's Mini, now he's getting shot from A-box. The tag team slams him down. Blood on the bricks and blood in the water. NAN are now on match point and game point.
You can tell they are locked in. I mean, it's hardly a mistake from them in any of these rounds. Like I said, it's not like UPS is pulling off robberies and NAN is making huge mistakes, or vice versa. Both teams are playing very well, but NAN just has that extra degree of just concentration. They're so locked in.
Here we go. Now the rush.
Here we go.
They're gonna commit. The circling. Do they fight? Eno fights right after. Swing. Still alive somehow. Tries to pull back into CT.
On the run.
Eno trying to save. Trying to make this work for his team. Bamer answers back, takes down Biggs. Now Wiesnaw setting up in CT. They're gonna try and do a three-pronged retake from all three fronts. Nading the smoke as it fades. Nothing doing. Toast finds Lord Natron elsewhere. 2v4. They're gonna elect to fall back, and I think they're gonna try and save. No, they're not. Wiesnaw moving forward half the time off the bomb. He's got the confidence. He has the positioning, now forced forward by Molly. Trying to find one, won't get there. Eno, 3 kills in the round, secures it for his team. Tries to drop the off as well, nothing doing. Bamer takes it down and will flee as a result.
Yeah, and you know, they've got money. They can definitely rebuy into this. Bamer has $10,000. And honestly, one goes down to the bomb. That extra kill from Bamer actually makes a difference because that takes it from a 4 alive to a 3, and then Toast dying to the bomb. The money for the T's is really not that good, even with the round win.
Oh, man, I'm starting to get nervous. 3 rounds in a row is what they need to get us to overtime. They take the timeout, and you can really feel it start to sink in now. The pressure mounting, and mounting, getting ever larger, ever more present in their minds. How in the world do you play Counter-Strike with expectations, with pressure like this? The weight of the world rests on their shoulders their entire season, all 3 months. And it all comes down to this: 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you say, how can you do it? And the answer is, the answer to that question is what defines the great Counter-Strike players versus the average Counter-Strike players. The great Counter-Strike players can thrive in that pressure. They live for that pressure. And the average ones, that's when it starts to crack them. And we see some of these players are thriving.
Window finds the entry. The snare smoke cuts off the trade. Now they have a 5v4 for absolutely free. The nade into Rugs and the molly as well is going to seal it. So now falling back to the A site as well. That was looking vulnerable for a minute. That window drop works out perfectly. Taking some nade damage is Rymaster. Wiesnaw and Lord Natron both very low.
Yeah.
But now the
CTs
manpower
have more players on their feet. Oh, that's right. Take it out. It's messy. The double does it.
Tried to dodge the bullets, but couldn't quite make it work. Now Natron falling back from main. Tried swinging camps. Now they're going to try and push through Temple. The smoke is going to slow him down. The molly's going to make it work. Now the nade. Toast survives. How in the world does he live there? Mini's going to drop him on the A site. Now the bomb goes to Fishtail. They've got 2 in. They've got a third. There's 1 spot on B. This duel on B decides everything. Dorga now frees himself up. 3v3. Wiesnaw from main. Mini in the HP advantage. He hears 1, not 2. Toast Finds Dorga elsewhere. Now trying to strike. He's going too slow. Finds the first.
Oh my gosh.
Grandmaster takes him down. It's Arrow. All on him. A quarter of the HP. Half the time off the bomb. This is it. The whole season. And it all relies on one man. Can Arrow drag his team to the finish? Swings.
Oh.
Can't get it. And Rymaster. Will he have it?
I think so.
Yes, he does.
That's it.
My goodness! And UPX, after losing the first map, will bring it all the way back to advance to the quarterfinals. And
Yeah,
that
man
is
impresses in that one. And
Wow.
What a match.
Oh my goodness. I'm speechless.
Yeah. I can't even.
What a great game. What a great game
Yeah.
by everybody, man. That was incredible.
Yeah,
Gosh, they
you
were
really-
fighting back and forth.
You can't ask for a better map 3 because in map 1 and map 2 we saw some of these messy rounds where the pistols would take it over the rifles, and in map 3 it was just like pure distilled Counter-Strike. Both teams, when they had the guns in their hands, were making good plays and coming up with good ideas, but NAN was just that little bit more rock solid. I mean, their defense, which they're not favored on in this map, they must have gotten something out of it, because I think they were let me see, I have it right here, Anubis. They played it once and they won, so they probably took whatever they did right from that and just maximized on it.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. They just took the lessons that they learned from Nuke, and then they decided to apply them to Mirage and Anubis. Maybe they just got to stick to the sand maps from now on. But
Yeah.
man, what a great game, and what a great series. I mean, you could not have asked for, is like you said, you could not have asked for a better series or a better map 3. That was thoroughly entertaining, and overall just a great game to watch between two very, very good teams. So, NAN, despite not being the favorite, does come out on top, will advance to the quarterfinals, and it looks like they are going to play either ATO or Headhunters Guild, and I believe Headhunters Guild won that game, if I'm not mistaken. So they will move on, or no, excuse me, they're going to be moving on to play the winner of Crowned Cobras and Fujiwara Touge. That is going to be a reschedule. So this determines who will play the winner of that game. But with all of that being said, I think we are going to send you guys to a quick break. I don't know if we're doing interviews or not. I haven't been told. I don't think so. So it looks like is OS and Boo going in? Okay, I'm hearing so. Order of the Samurai and Red Room are going into map 3. And what
it's
kind of
Inferno.
casters, what kind of production crew would we be if we did?
Who said we can't forget even if it don't last? Baby, when I get up in it, you forget the past. I'll make sure to cut all of the strings that get attached, and you make sure to call me every time you want me back. I love the way you say your name, say your name. And make me feel so Medicaid. I love the way you say your name, say your name. You like to move in silence, baby, so do I. This could either be hell or a paradise. Talking to your friends, baby, so do I. About you, we both know it's too late. I forgot I lied to you. We both know it's too late. I forgot I lied to you. Now we both know it's too late. I forgot I lied to you. Forgot I lied. Now we both know it's too late. I forgot I lied to you. Forgot I lied.
I won't go down to the parties that my eyes are shut and they're glowing red. I don't need sleep 'cause it's all in my head, it's all in
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSC Season 20 Prospect Tier Round of 16 game between Red Room and Order of the Samurai. This one in map 3. The HUD has not updated, but this will be the final map in this series. So, things been going good so far. And oh my god, Joe already starting us off with a quick shot on the J-Rock. Marcos is there to trade, takes down Drunk Domain. It's Drunk Damone. Never mind. Now with a minute 30, pop flash into Arch. That could potentially start the wrap if they want to. Are they going to go through Speedway? They are going to go through Speedway. Noggin is there. Helix to dip back. So now they take CT. Landlord finds Marcos. So now 3v4. Do they collapse onto the B site? That's exactly what they're going to do. That smoke's going to slow him down. No, it won't. Sprinting for the smoke is tough, man. Straw as he finds one. Noggin finds the other. And now they hear the man coffins. No, they don't. Electing to stop. Straw busy taking damage. Now
a lot of damage.
Noggin is there. He'll find the double kill. And 1 kill for 3 of his teammates. Order of the Samurai taking the pistol round. And that is one way to start it off. Now, one thing we want to go ahead and get out of the way. Straw busy, right, on the Order of the Samurai side, a recruit player who is subbing up and has played phenomenal for that situation so far, giving OS 1 map in this series, and now they're only 12 rounds away from going to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, starting off with impact already in the pistol, and for the T side, I mean, coming through that smoke into the crossfire, that's a tough fight. Really tough for them, and the CTs handled it perfectly.
And now we'll see how they handle this contact. Won't find the first Noggin. Has 2 with the MP9. Now he finds the third. Laying down fire with the MP7 is Straw busy. So now they're pinned and separated from the bomb. Taking some damage from that EG. Straw busy finds 1 and 2 to make it a triple kill in a round for Noggin. And a double for Straw busy to make it a full house.
Yeah, full house on the SMGs. I would have liked to see 3 go to the MP7, you know me. But I'll take it.
It is what it is. Can't win them all.
Now, Crash, let me ask you this. What is more iconic than a Map 3 Inferno Decider?
I mean, if you ask the average Counter-Strike player, the answer is nothing. If you ask one of the lower tier Counter-Strike players, the answer is nothing. And if you ask one of the higher tier Counter-Strike players, what do you think the answer is going to be? Spoiler alert, it's nothing. And now, open utility ringing out on Banana, and now Noggin finding Marcos. Lays down the HE, flash through the smoke as well. Cosmo finds Straw busy. Cosmo tries to find a second, but Red Bull takes it from him. Drunk Damone on the rotate, trying to win this bonus round. So the bomb will go through. The lurk in apps is going to create problems later, but that is a problem for future OS. Marcos out of the round. So now basically a 3v3 until this one activates. Molly Coffins slows down Drunk Damone.
Yeah, the Boo Crew did a good job getting into this site, and they have one of the most favored close planes in the game, plus a lurk out of Tuck Fan. That could come into play here if the kills don't come. CTs.
Uh-oh, J-Rag answers back against down Landlord. Drunk Damone finds one with a FAMAS. Joe just takes down J-Rag. That Molly's gonna cause problem. That lurk needs to activate right here, right now. The smoke saves his life. Oh, with 2 HP, Tuck Fan drops him. And so now Joe out of the round, and Drunk Damone tries to get a smoke on the bomb, but Tuck Fan with 2 kills activates just at the right time, and Red Room will find their first of the game.
Yeah, that got a little hairy. Tuck Fan almost looking like he's going to be out of the round completely and not able to help, but like you said, it was just the perfect timing. The smoke from the Dark player was masterful. Just that little bit of extra time survived, gave the lurk the time it needed.
Yes, I mean, they bought as much time as they possibly could, and it turns out it was just enough. So now we'll see the open rollouts off on Drunk Damone. Money completely empty for this round. Loss bonus only up to 1 as well, so only expecting about $1,900 here. They lose this round too, they can be set to lose a third.
Yeah, actually the loser of this round, regardless of which team it is going to be in dire straits economy-wise. This is pretty pivotal right here to determine who's going to get off to a hot start.
Yeah. And now we're seeing a big... Ooh, they're going to re-smoke mid here. I thought that Boiler player was going to get more aggressive, try and take that fight in halls. But so far, so good for both sides. Adequate map control taken for Red Room. And I imagine Order of the Samurai is pretty happy with their setup as well.
Yeah, it's pretty standard so far. 3A, 2B. The the Absolurk is going to be interesting here because that could cement their position in A while the push comes in on B against 2. I think that's what they're going for. If Tuck can even get a kill, that'd be even better. But even just his presence is a problem for CTs.
Ooh, Red Bull taking big damage from the nade. That is not ideal. Now Tuck fan swings out, whiffs the shots. Landlord capitalizes, and now falling back towards the B site. The smokes are in. And now he does find it. Marcos, Cosmo, and J-Rog all hit the dirt. None the wiser. It's Red Bull alone, trying to find it. One, not two. Straw busy with 3 in the round. Coming up from Recruit tier to make some noise.
Yeah, farming. Recruit farming the prospect game. You could not have predicted it, but it is reality. Straw busy and Noggin, the B duo, 6-1, 7-1.
Man, you know, nothing will ever stop it, but this is definitely going to put a damper on people that like to talk smack on Recruit, because this is a very, very real community. And let me tell you, Straw busy, proving them all wrong here and now. Red Room want to talk things over in this round. So,
thing I noticed there, something we mentioned on the Mirage game, is a lack of timing coordination. Looked like the B util came in before the A presence was known, and it actually just allowed the B players to drop a smoke and stall out that B rush before the A players could sell the fake. So something for these teams to keep an eye on forward.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they respond to that. Opening rollouts now in play, and we'll see them. It's not J-Rog, it's J-Rag. Okay. The bitrate of our view of things is a lot lower than what you're seeing on stream, so looked like an O at first. My apologies. With a minute and a half, minimal map control taken, no presence in Banana. So this is going to be narrowed down pretty quickly. They're going to try for the Halls pop, but Landlord boosted up here. Gonna hop off the radio. Now wants the 2 and the 3. Capture the 4th. Can he get it? No, he doesn't. J-Rag answers for the bomb, but he's already seen Drunk Timon in the AWP. He's heard the scope, picks up the MP9, elects to go for the reload. Drunk Timon falls off the angle, mollied out, and he runs right into it. Wow. Joe that's finding tough. One elsewhere, too. So J-Rag walking into the molly there, and that'll give OS 4.
Yeah, not much to do with 3 HP and a 1v5 and a Glock. Could have done something different than that, but I don't think the result would have been much different, so can't really fault J-Rag for that.
Yeah, I mean, there was really no winning that. That was kind of an impossible situation. But still, running into your own molly, that's something that you don't exactly easily recover from, mentally at least. So now the fast off into Boiler. Red Bull is there, takes him down. Drunk Timon hits the dirt. So now they have to try and get that back, but not without Cosmo taking down Noggin. So that's one of the B players, and now the CTs spread very thin here.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what to do now. 2 things going not their way early, and now they're really struggling to figure out how to position their defense. And if these 3B attackers come into Straw Busy, then our Recruit hero will have to go absolutely atomic.
We'll have to see. Mama's moving away so far, so the rotate does come in. But now the CT smoke, it's going to be a pump fake. With a minute left. Flashes and smokes. This will keep feet planted for the time being. And the players in Arch, are they just going to elect to wrap to be here? If they wrap to be here, they're still going on to the stack site. Now the pop flash out of pits. Joe realizes what's happening, but does not want to walk away from the B site. CT smoke fades. Cosmo with a lurk on B. 35 seconds now. Bomb will start making its way into sight. I believe that Landlord has been seen in mid. Now he fires shots. Won't even find one. Marcos is there, and that should sum up the round. Cosmo's killed on B. And Joe makes his way in. Finds the first with that AK. Sends a nade into the site. Does big damage to Marcos. Drops him down to 63. but it feels like it's all for naught in the 2v3. Moto Smoke pops late. Quarter of the time. Ooh, he just barely misses him. Marcos looked away at the wrong time. That'll give Joe a little bit more positioning here. Maybe they don't get the retake, but they are going to try and make it as expensive as possible. Red Bull's going to take down and now Joe, 1-2, almost found that third one. J-Rag cleans it up, and so made very, very expensive for Red Room.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
get their second round.
Yeah, they didn't successfully retake the site, but that was 2 impressive shots from Joe to keep a damper on the T economy. Even with the round win, they have not much in the bank, so a full force from the CTs, 1 MP9, a little bit of a lack of util on that player as well. Everybody else has nades, but here the CTs are trying to get back in the driver's seat, cripple the T economy, and get back to their winning ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure that comes with the CT side of Inferno as well. Because it's kind of like Mirage, where it's not super CT-sided, but everybody just has it in their heads that it is for some reason. And it's swinging out. Cosmo goes down. It's Noggin on the kill. Try and find a second. Shaw busy. Takes the first as well. So now, after trades roll in, 3v3, as the retake begins. Double smoke in CT. That'll be the deep one as well. That Molly going to slow things down, separate Red Bull from his teammates. Or excuse me, that's Marcos going into Banana with the A4. On the site, Marcos takes down Drunk Timon. So now, both players coming from Church. J-Rag realizes what's happening. He's got his crosshair ready. Marcos resmokes CT. Landlord on the MP9. How does he elect to take it in? Will not see it. J-Rag is there. Shot swings down, takes down Joe as well. Great kills from J-Rag right there. And that will be a quick third round for Red Room.
Yeah, the J players for both teams are really aiming well. J-Rag with good double kill there. Joe with good double kill last round. I think those are... Joe's the highest rated player for OS, but J-Rag is actually 4th in line on Spirits. So impressive shots from him.
Yeah, very, very impressive shots. Well done in that round. Trying to hit the boost, not quite able to get it there. And now they're going to destroy the stack. I've not seen this in a minute. I have not seen this in a hot minute. We'll see if it pays off. Bomb leaning bottom mid. I don't think they're going to go B, especially because they already have a player through Arch. Noggin could catch one off guard, though. He's going to get killed from all directions. Nearly finds that kill. Marcos down to 43, and they are going to sprint down Banana. I don't think they've considered Astralis stack, so they are looking for the other guys. J-Rag now. Oh, man, that timing, and they're going to see the bomb. Man. So, with that being said, as Red Bull finds these kills crossing to alt mid, that does leave the question of how OS go into the next round.
Yeah,
Red Bull swings. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Joe gets one. Have an AK for next round. Mollied off now.
Tuck fan finds Landlord, so are they going to walk right by him? They're going to see the AK on the ground. Cosmo is playing for it. That smoke. Oh, no. That smoke grab for free. Now he runs in. Doesn't get it. Cosmo goes down. But Tuck fan will answer back. So made a little bit more expensive for Red Room, but that has less and less consequence as they continue to string these rounds together. Tied up at 4. OS with a lot of pressure.
Yeah, tied up at 4, but OS with all the momentum as well. They've got the money in the bank. 1, 2, 3, 4 rich players. Maybe just down to 3 now since one's going to have to drop Cosmo, but pressure's still on OS to get back into this, and I'm sorry, yeah, OS. And the Boo crew is trying to build into a lead.
Now opening Banana util comes out. Smoke. Gonna stall the push for now. That Molly does not quite get Noggin out of position. So, 3v2 on Banana, 2v3 on the rest of the map. And Straw busy pushing. Catch Marcus off guard! Big kill! And J-Rag is in no position to trade. He was going to try and set up that flash for his teammate to peek, but his teammate was dead before it left his hand. And so now, with a minute 12 entry frag in favor of the CTs, but it costs them a lot. Look at the HP.
I was going to say, yeah, that's actually all that HP was lost right up front. So really impressive for Strawbizzy to get any value out of this round rather than just dying. Really unfortunate for the T's that they can't capitalize on that damage. It may come into play later, but for now, CTs are in driver's seat in this round.
Yes, they are. 45 seconds. Tuck fan pushing for maps. This player mini ping is going to oh, that nade is even worse. My God. 43 HP for absolutely free. Landlord now swinging lanes full blind. Here. He jumped down. He hasn't seen him. Now they does find the kills. So now J-Rag, Red Bull, and Tuck fan all finding kills. It's Joe and Noggin to try and stop this bomb plant. Won't stop it. Clock now starts ticking. Very difficult retake ahead of them.
Absolutely. It was really valiant from the Landlord. Played that really well. Big nade damage, 1 kill, but it was really the 2 Arch players coming up empty-handed that had that fall apart from the CTs. Like I said, they were in the driver's seat, but just the fact that the Ts were able to pick off both Arch players, 0 trades back, other than the Landlord frag in lane, they were really coming from a disadvantaged position and coming out of this with 3 alive. That's very, very impressive from
Terrorists win.
Yes, very, very great teamwork there to make their way back into the conversation of the round. So, for the first time tonight, Red Room take the lead, and that will make things a little bit more difficult for OS moving forward, because look at the money, look at the rounds.
Yeah, 4-round streak for OS. Like I said, they've got the momentum on their side. The CTs are looking to break it. Just a full force. Deagle, SMG, 2 rifles, and a lot of util, which is tough for this B site. Especially if they're going to use most of it early. 3-man stack, though, is a little bit of a boon for them.
You'll see. Bomb bottom mid for now. Alt mid control taken. All but this push into halls. Tuck fan ready for Landlord. Takes him down without suffering a scratch. So now Strawbizzy rotates back with the MP9. Paranoid Arch. Bomb still bottom mid. Red Room not really sure where they want to go yet. Flashing in. Cosmo does not peek off of it.
Yeah, they've got both of their stronger weapons on B, so the ideal situation for for OS right now is for the Spirits to go B, and it looks like that's what they're grouping up to do. What would be even better is if the A players can get some info. Well, here comes some of the B players. Here comes the push.
Here we go. Side execute starts. Noggin turning alive.
Oh my gosh.
Smoke, but it won't matter. Cosmo takes him down. Joe answers back. He's the only one down this bomb site. Finds the second as well. He's going to need to be a stone wall for his team. So he's back in the church and waits for them to arrive. Marcos takes down Drunk Timon, and Marcos finds the second. Strawbizzy in the dirt. So now it's Joe all alone in the 1v3. He's been here before. Every game this season has been there for his team. A sensational shot onto Marcos, but it's not done yet. 1v2, one watching CT, finds the spray, get it, now swinging out, can't quite find all the damage he needs. Red Bull down to 34. Now the flash, swinging is one.
Oh my gosh, oh my god.
Red Bull saves Red Room from disaster, but only just, because that looked absolutely terrifying for just a moment.
Yeah, I think my premier team is going to have to pick up Joe next season. That was unbelievable. He was laser sharp. Well, I mean razor sharp, if I wasn't an idiot.
Yeah.
But he was firing lasers, and his mind was razor sharp. Let's go with that. That was incredible. Very close.
There we go. Now you pulled it back in the end there. And now we'll see the opening rollouts. Drunk them on the Wildfire op. Pretty decent skin, but no sticker on the scope. It's kind of bugging me. Probably put a phase hollow there. Either phase hollow or like a Mouse Sports one from like really long time ago. I don't know. Something like that.
Scope stickers.
I mean, you know, like I said, you're entitled to that opinion, however wrong it is. And so, Tuck fan taking 5 damage, swings the op. Drunk Timon takes him down. And that is going to result in the entry frag once again in OS's favor. Can they capitalize this time?
For their sake, I hope so. They don't want to let this the advantage of the half go to waste. And here they have 3 players in the right spot. This is going to be crucial. Let's see if the T's can break through this elevated deep. Oh, but one of them's rotating out.
Busy goes down, and now a double kill from Joe. Looking for the third, can't find it. Disappears, vanishes into the smoke. Now Nathan gonna catch J-Rag off guard, swinging, won't see it. Does not see where the bomb is being planted. Some spams to kind of get some idle damage through, but now a 4v2 retake underway. The angles favor the T's, but down so many men, they'll need a really, really good play here to secure themselves a 7-5 half. Flashes and smokes coming in. One dart, one top banana, trying to find a kill. J-Rack does get one, traded out by Noggin. Now they're all gonna swing dart. One, not gonna be enough. Joe takes down Red Bull. This time he gets the better of him and going for the AWP. 15-6 to start this game. Are they gonna have time? Yes, they will. Defuse comes in. OS are up to 5.
Yeah, Red Bull not able to save this one. That was just too tall of an order. 3v1, op and dart. There's just no way to get out of that position. There's no way to win in that position unless the CTs make an incredible mistake. And we saw the lurk up banana with the CT op. That was a little dangerous. I didn't think that was going to pay off, and it didn't. But luckily, the 3-man retake out of CT was able to piece it together.
I mean, that was overall very well executed retake. Everybody was tradable. Everybody was in position to, at the very least, find out information. That's exactly what you want in that situation. Double molly in banana. Nobody getting too aggressive. They've been losing a lot of HP early rounds by contesting with that utility. So they're going to just select to fall off for the time being.
Yeah, they don't want to get into another situation with 2 players with 10 HP. They did end up losing that round, even off the straw busy entry, so they're electing to not lose a majority of health within the first 10 seconds, which is a smart play if I do say so myself.
Quick update before we get into things. Hacker Haven has beaten AVI 2-1, and FRG Best's gone fishing 2-1 as well. So this game, once it concludes, will determine who faces FRG. Excuse me, I'm mistaken. They'll determine who faces Hacker Haven, one of the top seeds in the bracket. So the work is far from done once this game is won, but it's another step in the right direction for whichever team comes out on top.
Yeah,
every
match is important in these playoffs. I mean, there's a big difference when you look at the major, look at these teams' results. Look, you don't want to go out 15-16. You want to go out at least 7-8. You know what I mean? There's a big difference there. Mentally and just as far as your performance is concerned. And we are now at 25 seconds in the round with 0 kills, so I hope something happens here soon.
Yep. Very, very passive round. Bomb top mid. Are they going to have time? It's going to count if they find it. Another kill.
2.5.
Can't find it. Come Fan and Marco answer back. They're not going to have a whole lot of time. They're going to have to stick this plant. That Moto Molly going to slow things down. Finds 1 kill. Will not find a second. So now in a 2v3, Drunk Damone looking for a rifle, won't find it, picks it up, not enough. Marcos takes the head, and now they're gonna have to play together. Looking through the side, Straw Busy trades him out. So now, Straw Busy and Noggin versus Tuck. He's tucked. Oh no. Oh no, are they gonna clear it away? Half clear!
No!
Returned! Tuck Fan! Clutches it out! My goodness! The half-hearted clear, and it will bite OS in the rear. Oh my goodness, a 7-5 half, and what a way to end it.
Yeah, that was absolutely the master play. Just didn't get too anxious with all those footsteps surrounding him. He knew he had low HP. He knew it had to be a perfect play, and there was no more perfect play than that. 2 perfect headshots, and yeah, the lazy clear, that made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and you know they're kicking themselves after that. You know they are devastated after losing it like that, because it's one thing to give up a 2v1, it's another thing entirely to lose it in that way. That's got to be so frustrating, and you can see they take the tactical timeout. They need a breather. They need a second to reset and find themselves in a good position to try and make their T-side half a little better.
Yeah, two players shot in the back of the head. You don't want to have that be the way that you lose a round. So good tack pause to recalibrate, get a plan going for the second half. Maybe come up with some kind of bespoke, unique pistol strat. You never know. Or maybe they just say, hey, let's rush B. We'll figure out what they're going to do here, but hopefully they can recenter themselves and do some meditating as a samurai would.
We'll have to see. OS, the longest standing franchise in CSC. They have a history of winning. And we'll see if they can hold true to that culture. So, J-Rack trying to make it a second, can't quite get there. Looks like they are just going to move. Ooh, okay, the short smoke. An interesting play here.
And all
They're
three
all
A
on the wrong
players
side.
on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah. Tuck fan finds Landlord. Won't find the second. Drunk Damone starts the execute. Joe finds two with a block.
Overrun, eh?
Trying to drag his team to the victory. 2v4 retake. You wonder if they just saved the kit in armor.
Yeah, to Joe, honestly, for them to be in a losing position of this game, he's approaching 20 kills. Nobody else on his team or in the entire server is close.
Yeah. I mean, the closest one obviously would be Straw Busy at 10. Half the time off the bomb, they are going to go for this. Straw Busy on the site, finds one. Will she find a second one? Dancing around the box, trying to get there. She does. P2000, let it bang. Put some respect on her name. Look at that. Order the Samurai are up to 6.
Yeah, the unlikely duo. I mean, we knew Joe had it based on his season rating. And then Straw Busy, as they recruit move up, is just doing numbers. And speaking of numbers, what's the score backwards?
7-6. 7-6. It's not in the right order. It's not in the right order. Unfortunately, we do not know. That fruit's a little too entertain that! And speaking of entertaining that, it's another full house. Drunk Damone and Straw Busy clean house. And that is going to put Straw Busy on 14 and Drunk Damone on 8 to tie us up at 7.
Yeah, I gotta say, one thing about that round, you're not a real MP7 fan if you get a Mac on the T side anti-eco. You know, I get it, the Mac is cheap, but not everything cheaper isn't always better.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're a little delusional here. 1,050? The same price as a Nova? If I have 3K, I can get it on the... I mean, yeah. But at the same time, with 3K, I can get it on a save round. I feel like you're going a little... going a little overboard here. But that's a later discussion. For now, minute and a half left to go in this round. Joe takes 2. Count it. 1, 2. A whole 2 damage from that HE. If that does play a factor in this round, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Be hard to keep track of that. I don't think there is a gun that does 98. Maybe a Deagle long range headshot could take
or an M4A4. An M4A4. If you suck at spray control.
Oh, true. Yeah, 98 and 4. There you go.
Yeah. The fact that that's even still possible is kind of ridiculous. We're in the big 2026 and we're still getting 98 and 4. I saw 99 and 5 the other day. I was furious.
Ouch.
48 seconds left to go. No contact yet on either side. Noggin's made his way up into Cubby. This fight is going to decide its fate. Sees the shoulder, gets the kill. Landlord unable to find anything on the lurk. So now the smoke comes out. Front sight. Nobody there. They're going to try and go. Climbing over the top. J-Rack finds 1, not 2. Noggin is there. Hits the trade. Spamming the smoke. Almost finds 1. They get the bomb down. But at what cost? They are all gone. And they will get enough money to buy into the next round, but they're going to be very vulnerable if they lose that one.
Yeah, that was a good play from Marcos. His teammate died coughing. He didn't immediately swing for the trade because he knew that he was way outnumbered and he had help on the way. So just playing that a little bit safer, the player climbing oranges goes all the way over him. He gets 1 for free plus another coming through the smoke. So, you know, a little bit of patience there paid off.
Yeah, and that is going to let Red Room get their first CT side round. So they take the lead once more. Gap is 1. And we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, he said last full buy for the T's. If they lose this, they got to save. They do bring out the big three T-side off. I'll tell you what, I hate that on this map. I do not like T-side off on.
Well, we'll see what Drunk Damone does with it.
Maybe he'll prove me wrong. I hope so.
It's good. It's good for keeping mid control and banana control. But other than that, not really a whole lot of practical uses for it. Once you get into the retake, it's great, but the problem is getting there in the first place. Tuckfan drops Landlord elsewhere. And again, the entry frag to Red Room again.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty aggressive fight. If you see where Landlord died all the way in T apps. So that was an apps push from Tuckfan. Pretty good early find and puts them in the advantage. Still sticking with 3A. T's are grouping up B. It's going to be on Marcos and J-Rag once again.
Yeah, very, very forward positioning. A lot of great A-side map control. The problem with that is that you leave these two guys isolated on B. And it'll take some time. I think they're going to try and wait until this smoke fades.
J-Rag has one
fades,
replenish, but is he going to get it down in time? He's got it out.
Yep.
What they do? Are they going to go?
They are going to go through. Now J-Rag sees one in the smoke. It's so busy. Successfully going for the third. Runs out of bullets. Joe with a double kill. So now after J-Rag and Joe both bring out with double kills, spamming the smoke is Red Bull right over the head of Drunk Damone. And the AWP, we talked about it earlier on the T side retake, can be very powerful, but with all three players pushing from church, Joe has to expose himself to banana. Instead, elects to go play forward on the smoke. Here's the pin pull.
This could be huge.
Tuckfan holds it, but now he walks the smoke himself, so Red Bull gets through.
All on Joe.
Oh my goodness. Bomb is down, and he knows that it's planted. Sees one, starts the spray, can't quite get the fight. Tuckfan saves Red Room, and that will put them on 9.
Yeah, really good retake from them. I mean, it was unfortunate timing in the smoke. Joe wasn't able to get any value out of that smoke push, even though he went overlooked. It just took too long to dissipate for him to actually kill anybody. By the time he could see, they had already cleared the whole bomb site. They knew he wasn't on it, so they turned around and just shot him.
Yeah, I mean, there's just really not a whole lot else to it. Maybe if he waits a little bit more and lines up that shot, taps the head, that round becomes different. But there's a lot of would'ves, there's a lot of could'ves, there's a lot of should'ves, but all we have now is what's here and now. So, score 9-7 on pistols, all order the Samurai. They're going to try and keep Red Room from getting on double digits. The A push is smart. This is the less defended site. They know that one likes to play apps. It is Tuckfan. Now, firing. Takes one up the air. Now finds another. Oh, my goodness. And Michael saves it at the last second. Trying to find him in the USP.
Oh, my. No.
Don't do it like that. Joe fighting with the deagle and then quickly wrapped in. But, oh, man, that looked scary for a second. I mean, it already was. Tuckfan takes 3 out of the round all by himself. And the score now 10-7.
Yeah, I saw Tuckfan, his eyes just went pure white there. He got possessed by something, and I guess that's par for the course for the Spirits. But that got haunting. I thought we were about to see a murder happen.
Man, that... Whew. Oh, I'm starting to sweat. I'm starting to actually sweat in my room right now, and I'm not even playing. This one starting to run away from Order of the Samurai. Can they get it back? Red Bull takes 60 damage from that Molotov and falls back. They get nothing out of that.
They're opting to double off here. One in abs gets the first kill.
That is so rude. That is so rude from Tuckfan. And he's going to fall away. No possible way to respond to that, and they can't get the kill Poiler either. So Straw Baby down to 18, Cosmo down to 11. Molly prevents the push, and now the smoke gonna block things off for the open arch. So now a lot of A side util. Problem is both of the ops are on A, so they're gonna need some seriously good shooting to hold down this bomb site. Drunk Damone fires a grenade. And he's going to take down Cosmo. Red Bull answers. So now, 3v2 on the site. 2 pushing from halls late. One from lane. Rotating coming in from B. Is it going to be fast enough? Tuck fan takes down Straw Busy. Now trying to find another. Can't quite get it. He's trying to start the plant. Swing Flyberry. Landlord takes it down. He's on! He's on in pit! He's on in pit! He gets saved! It's Noggin! Keeping him alive! And now the 2v2 starts. Landlord, Noggin's still 1-8. He needs to win this fight. He can't. It's all on Landlord. AWP.
Oh my god, 2 HP.
Misses the flag. The Marcos comes through. A double kill for him in the round. And that is going to put Red Room on 11.
Yeah, they got a little bit messy, but they were able to pull it off pretty well. And I gotta say, the key or the real motif here for the Spirits is the Tuck fan apps aggression. He's had a lot of success. Off rifle doesn't matter. He's getting in the apps. He's getting a kill a lot of these rounds. It's really putting the Spirits in an advantage early and often. So they're getting a lot of value out of him in the apps.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Another timeout taken by order of the Samurai, and you know they're talking this one over. You know they're figuring out what they want to do. Absolutely spiraling right now.
Yeah.
Everything
like
seems to be
said,
falling apart, crumbling, and they need to get it back together.
Yeah, getting away from them is what you said, and that's exactly what's happening. I mean, Joe can have no regrets at this point. He's putting up an insane performance in a loss or a losing effort right now. But the rest of the team need to get on his level if they want to have a chance to come back into this.
We'll have to see how it all shakes out with this round. Red Room 1 round away from, at the very least, securing overtime. So, big AG down Banana. That's going to do big damage. Look at that. Almost 125 utility damage farmed instantly. And so... Oh man, could you imagine if there was a second one? There was a second one there. That would be insane. Tuck fan pushing. Now he knows that they can't be there. He knows that it has to be B, but they've already known that for the B side players. Smoke is strong. She has a chance. Marcos with 3. Marcos with 4. Oh my goodness!
Gosh.
And we missed every single one. Shaw Busy goes down. Match point, Red Room.
Yeah, I don't know what happened over there, but it was not pretty if you are an OS fan. So we were saving the Spirits, well, not the Boo Spirits, we were saving the souls of the OS fans in the audience by focusing on that Straw Busy flank, which could have made things interesting if the entire team wasn't brutally executed on the other side of that smoke.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to put it. Brutally executed. I mean, literally just one at a time, like Templars in Assassin's Creed, just waiting their turn to die. They get farmed. Oh my god, look at the aggression. Look at the util. Look at how much Red Room wants to win this game.
Yeah.
Order of the Samurai. Reeling. They have no idea what to do next. They've been punched in the mouth over and over and over again on the T side, and it gets even worse. Oh my goodness, Red Bull takes down Straw Busy. And now that's going to set him up in a 5v4.
The thing I've noticed is, and you know, maybe it's a factor of the tier that we're in. A lot of these op picks that the Spirits are getting, it's, you know, just dry peaks, no jiggle, and they're just walking into the scopes of the Spirits.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you a lot of folks have to learn the hard way to fear those angles and play a lot more pre-fire. But you know, you also just can't help whenever you're not expecting something. Speaking of unexpected, Noggin finds one Cosmo trade, trying to hang on to the site. Smoke drops in front of his teammate, and now Drunk Damone, falling shot, takes him down. Landlord will drop Red Bull as well. Walking the smoke. Does he do it? No, he does not. He is going to like to just fall away. 3v2. Red Room could end this here and now.
Yeah, it goes without saying that the Samurai, they need this round, but it's going to be tough. Even with the man advantage, 2 of them very, very low on HP, so it's scary, but they got to play this perfect.
Yes, they do. So only one found out of the round. Landlord.
There we go.
Comes alive when his team needs him. And Order of the Samurai's hopes and dreams remain alive.
Yeah, that's one of those things when you're retaking A, you're walking up that moto angle, you got to worry about the entire site, you got to worry about lane, you got to worry about apps. Sometimes the last thing on your mind is big pit because it's such a narrow angle as you're approaching it, but it pays off for Landlord with a double spray down.
Yeah, I mean, those post plants are just so powerful. Especially the ones outside sight. Like, if you know they're both coming from Moto and you saw what they did, they both went, one of them went short and the other one went mid. That crossfire is just so deadly. You know you have to be rooted out. That molly going to cause problems. Smoke on it, tells him there's one there. Knows that he's about to see one cross. Joe, ready, Nick, the smoke. Can't find the fight. Marcos and J-Rack both finding kills. Landlord takes him out as a result. But now, Red Bull finds Strong Timon elsewhere. And it's Straw Busy and Landlord to try and keep their season alive. It is all going to come down to this. And if you're an OS fan, you are holding your breath right now. Up against impossible odds. No bomb. Minute 5 left to go.
That. They've got some time to play with, but they do not have the manpower. The CTs can just go 2-2, and it'll be a fair fight no matter where the Samurai go. They are electing to keep the op on Arch duty, which is going to leave Marcos solo defender of B. It's all on him right now. Nobody can help him in time when he takes contact. So this is pivotal to decide the game.
Yes, it is. Here we go. They are going on to the empty site.
You've seen him go huge before.
Marcos, he's been there for his team so many times already. Some have already started calling him the closer. Pop flash, they're both blind. They walk right by it. The GUI is freezing. I have no idea what's going on. 17 seconds, now pushing Coffin. Landlord goes down. Straw Busy has to stick to plan before he comes alive. There's no shot. There's no chance. Takes them both down in sequence. And Red Room will go on to face Hacker Haven in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that was incredible. That was a great finish. Like you said, the Spirits, they kind of got on a tear, and OS just lost a grasp of control of the map. You know, the Spirits were getting early picks, and even when they went down in advantage, they were able to convert some of those retakes and win rounds that they weren't necessarily favored to win. So overall, the Spirits played a better game. And we didn't get to see how the first two played out, but it was clear who was on top in this map 3.
Yeah, no, 100%. OS just ran out of gas. There was just nothing more that could be done. They ran out of steam, and it can be very hard to mentally come back from a bad CT half on any map, but let alone Inferno. It is what it is, you know. OS, you had a great season. You should be very proud of how far you've come. Especially Straw Busy, you should be very happy with that performance. Absolutely performed incredibly for the situation that you were in. And Red Room, congratulations on advancing to the quarterfinals. We will see you next week when you go on to face Hacker Haven. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot to say. Thank you to Devos. Thank you to Face It. Oh, you do?
Yeah. I meant to mention this before we went into that map 3 there. One little neat fact. The Spirits, they were and still are undefeated on Inferno this season. They played 4 in the regular season. I'm sorry, 3. Now they've won 4. They've not lost on Inferno, and they showed why.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, talk about a good map pool. I mean, it's always good to be good at Inferno, but with that being said, thank you to Face It. Thank you to Dad Host to helping us put this whole thing together. Thank you to Fishiness once again down to the production desk, making us look and sound good. Thank you to both teams for leaving it all out on the server tonight in the previous game and in this one. But now, for real this time, thank you so very much for watching. Without you, this is not fun, nor is it possible. So your support means everything, and it means we keep getting to yell at video games for fun. And I can think of no better way to spend my free time. So thank you all so very much for watching. We will see you next week when playoffs continue.
Good night, guys.